surprised about that. We got Ontario, California versus Houston, Texas here.
Ooh!
Starting off NA West.
They both did similar things in that they weren't using their actual body parts to throw. Like Fujin going for the half screen, back two right there for the absorb, and then Scar trying to check him with the ancestors early, which is a surprise to see here. Maybe bringing it just for the anti-air ability of making a hard read of Fujin doing something crazy of being airborne and mobile 98% of the time. There's no stopping the Wind God, and he's got the possessed tag. This is just cool.
Wow, we actually called out that Han Rashid with land. Again, they do play each other a bunch. It's not like we're coming into this being unsure about what the other player's going to want to do. Staying away.
Nice really good check attempt by Scar right there. You know, not letting him get away with. And I don't know what these like cancels are in front of his face. Just kind of shoot up to the sky in the recovery. Still stealing the turn. But he's done a really good job here on this offense. And look who's in. Han Rashid's been respecting an awful lot of it. And there we go. There's a check. Fine.
Slices through on this one. What? I'm not sure that was what he ideally wanted, but what he went for anyway. Star now has the chance for pressure. These funky hats. Wow, no! KongLao ends up taking it anyway, but that fatal blow has a fatal error in it. As you can see.
That it does. Scar still able to take it, but nowhere on the screen is Fujin not feeling like he can reverse a position like that, where he has back to the corner. He's like, you know what I want to do? Just go back to mid-screen, give me some space to breathe. No pun intended on Fujin there. But that's what the character gives you here, David. He's so strong, controlling the space just like this, harassing you, and then he can just go 0 to 100 real quick from full screen up in your face.
Yeah, whether you want to play footsies or you want to push from afar, or you want to stab in real fast and move out real fast, he's a very all-around strong character. Star, though, still doing great work. He's got tons of damage on this. He's got the corner as well for himself. Han Rashid will wake up with full bar here. He can make a lot of different choices. He makes one of them, but the car's right back in. Okay.
And Han's got a little bit of a read on when he wants to go into that ancestral spirit and snipes him with the crossbow from downtown.
Final round. Fight.
Really bad
position here. Wow, what a make by Han Rashid right
anti-air? Yo, shoutouts to Mike Watson's hometown. Whew. Han Rashid out there, the eastern part of Southern California. What a duck, but not until much.
He has stayed at such a good distance away from KongLao, where KongLao cannot press a button that's not a big read like a jump kick or a dive kick. You know, he's outspacing the normal range of Scar right now and just harassing him at it. And he's doing a perfectly good job of that. He's working on floss right now, just like that. 2 times he did that exact skywalker where he got into the range of Scar, where he skywalked, immediately got into button distance and backdashed, and Scar whiffs, and he gets the whiff punish. Back-to-back insane whiff punishes, and start to end flawless victory, controlling the pace of that. And it wasn't even big damage combos. He just picked away at him at a safe distance where he could do nothing.
And not just that he was at a safe distance, but he was consistently able to move in and out of that distance. Sometimes he would threaten, and it worked. Sometimes he would come in with a slide. Sometimes the Skywalker. Sometimes just the wave dash. He just has so much mobility. And this is something that we've all known about the character since he came out, right? We're all, oh wow, this character moves, yeah, for sure. But to be able to pick those spots and end up there like with surgical precision so consistently shows somebody who's been absolutely maining this character and putting in the work and having it really pay off.
That's the thing, is that the tools are there, but it's Han Rashid's decisions and his ability to put himself in those exact spaces is incredible. And I really like that, again, that back-to-back Skywalker into the range where it's truly testing Scar's reaction abilities, which is what Scar was doing to him earlier. You know, it was a little bit of a taste of his own medicine of like kind of that visual trickery in front of someone to get him to press. Oh! But here we go. Scar bringing a completely different animal to the table.
Backing off. Oh, there's a punish. Yes, Scar absolutely aware of what to do in that situation. He comes in for the counter. Actually doesn't press. It did say counter, but he chose not to KB.
You guys are gonna see him. I believe he has that. Yep, the buzzsaw equipped. which is going to be much more helpful at putting something active at the bully range that Han Rashid was at. Versus right there, last game.
She got up close, falls into nothing. But you can tell he's scheming for it as he comes in with the slide. Punish. A turn for him at least, and if he finds the right hit right now, he's going to be able to take this round. Underneath, very cute. You can tell these guys are playing, and he's in there! He actually confirmed the roll.
Yeah.
He roll confirmed Aquaman.
Yeah, that's what he did, is that he knew, even if that first part was whiffing, that it was going to be there and it was going to be active. That was a roll confirm if I've ever seen one. Nailing it right there on the head. That was, but that halfway relies on a lot of belief, David. I want to follow up with that as well. That was that could have gone in the other ways. As it's happening.
Well, it felt like Han Rashid was going to go back and threaten at that range, but again, so he's just so movement heavy, and it's so hard to know where he'll be in any one next second. And you can tell that's really affecting how Scar moves. Whether Scar presses a button, whether Scar goes for a jump, whether Scar puts a hat out. He's just unsure about where Han Rashid's going to end up.
Yeah.
But you're right that he's at least he's using that hat to be able to set up some pressure for himself at least. It was a great call.
Able to try to get a turn like it was so hard to find in that game number 1. Han Rashid's doing some crazy things right now, and nice. And with the counter hit too, which really surprised me that it wasn't a punish, and maybe Han Rashid had covered. I've recovered and pressed the button right there. And on top of that, I didn't expect that to do that much damage if I'm being honest. 415 gone.
Remember, he chose not to do the KB on that in the previous round.
Wow, he did that was a triple spin combo too. That was sexy. I actually watched it back because I had it up on the other monitor too.
Nice.
Scar swagging out on us. Well, these arrows have found some decent mileage too.
I was just thinking, I feel like there are more arrows hitting in this set than I've almost ever seen a Fusion Connect. Dash is in there, he's got the escape failed.
I think that those backdash cancels of his, you know, where he's mixing it up with the back too, he's mixing it up with the crossbow. Oh my goodness. It's just catching Scar, finally making a decision to maybe move forward. Oh! Didn't even know he had it loaded. 30% later.
And now he can just play this game. Okay, yep. Great block, understanding when the setup was coming. He comes in with a mid. And Han is out of there. Oh, can he enter in time? No! The fatal blow with the fatal error again. It's 2-0 Han Rashid over Scar right now.
That was zero surprise to me whatsoever. I have commentated a lot of Scar's Kung Lao gameplay just this year, going in the end of last year, and raw fatal blow like that to absolutely rob someone is Scar not getting, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, that wasn't him going out of his way because he felt the pressure of the situation. It was more of he could have done that even if he was up 2-0 and winning comfortably. Like, that is just a very Scar thing to do in those moments because he knows that it can just snipe someone from downtown with how far it goes. And yeah, that is no surprise to me that he tried something crazy right there because he tries that even when he's feeling most comfortable and in leads. And Han Rashid's got this lead 2-0, and it was good for Han to chill out right there for sure because he could have gotten sniped, you know, and that's also a really good thing to do against Fujin, who's 9 times out of 10 not blocking, if I'm just going to call it like it is. 9 times out of 10 is Fujin blocking full screen? Yeah, he's doing something.
He's doing stuff. He's a doing stuff character.
If you guys like pressing buttons, Fujin might be a really good character for you.
100% true. Okay, Scar.
Oh man, if you guys are struggling finding a character.
Yeah, if you want to do stuff, if you like playing a fighting game to do stuff,
if you like doing stuff, let me tell you about Fujin, the god of wind. He flies around the screen. He's got big old damage. Fujin. Oh my goodness! The range at which he can do that is so deceptive. That back one range, big old mids.
Okay. Not out of this though. Able to get the glitch. And he needs, I would say, 2 significant combos. Oh no! He believed it was gonna be a block, and he went for the grab, and that's actually Han Rashid at set point.
Round 2.
To beat Scar 3-0. Scar, who again has taken second place each time so far.
Put out those active frames. The immediate micro duck though by Han Rashid. Even what he did right there, you know, that dash up in the Scar's face on the wake up into the back dash, still had time to block, and like it didn't lose a turn or he didn't get punished. He's just moving around and it's not getting hit. There's something for Scar here, and who had perfect position, and Han Rashid just knows that really he just needs to avoid the corner here, because I will never count on a Kung Lao when he's got a position like that. Just like in the last round, just Han Rashid taking a hit that was wild of him.
Big chance here for Scar, who's been super active in this round. It's not going to be enough. It's so close. Oh, he threatens. He threatens. I've never seen a block animation look so threatening in my life. That man was blocking, and I would
have frozen in place if that's what happened in front of me. Let me tell you, I would have been like, he's in a different dimension, and you got it.
Scary place to be in here versus a buzzed a buzzed Kung Lao.
A buzzed Scar. Okay,
I mean, I don't know what Scar's doing in his own time. It's okay. He's in his own house right now. There it is. The footsies come out to play.
Big ol' buttons. Whoa.
Absolutely no buttons here from Scar. Okay, it finally begins to challenge. You could tell how worried he was about Han Rashid going up into the sky yet again. What a dash under!
Oh my god!
Genius. Genius Empire. Scar, can he take the game? Yes.
Stays alive here. That was so scary. Towards the end, Han Rashid, if he didn't go for that immediate throw on the wake up, this set could be over. That was a very aggressive, but something different, right? Something different from Han Rashid to try to throw at Scar that just didn't pay off. And luckily, Scar gets to sit back and go, thank you for the gift that you have given me, which is this victory. It is 2-1.
In some moments in that game, especially on the right side of the screen in that corner, there was such activity from Scar, and it was a big difference compared to in the previous game or so, especially when Han Rashid got a perfect, where it felt like Han Rashid could do anything and Scar was frozen. And it's really hard to battle out of that mentality back to a place of finding the right times to press buttons, not just to go wild and start mashing on stuff, but to find the right moments. And Scar was able to do that. He's such a practiced veteran. He's still in this.
Scar is probably one of the scariest veterans I've ever seen, where you truly don't know, like, if he's just unbeatable or not on any given day. And that's probably how this matchup's gonna go. You know, it's two guys that if they're on, they're on, and they both look to be completely on. Han Rashid. Oh, when he's playing like this, it's so exciting. And in the hands of Fujin, that you know, this is a character that I've seen Han Rashid might be most comfortable with in almost any game. You know, he's always you know, kind of gone around the character selection in previous games, but there's something about Fujin that when I see him play him, I'm like, that guy looks like him and Fujin are clicking at the highest level. Like, it's built for him.
Yeah, he is that kind of guy who wants to do and stuff. That he would like to do things, and he definitely, again, has the character for that. Tried to slide under, I think that's a good call, but it just wasn't quite there. He backs off to again threaten with that crossbow.
It's the jump, was it? It's the jump too.
Oh no!
Convert!
It's real finicky, and Scar's gonna get as much as he can out of the situation here. That combo route is not easy to do. It's part of why people like to play Fujin, right? Is that you do have to have this execution. Oh, it's not enough! Hold on a second! Okay.
Really good for Scar to put that out, and then did you see him like block for like it looked like he blocked for a split second, just in case he tried to forward 3 under it. I feel like that may have been on purpose for that reason, which was really smart. You know, before he went in with the pressure, while still also kind of jailing on the later buzzsaw release. It's a nice knockdown here, and right up into the aggression Scar. Oh, not afraid whatsoever. And here it comes, baby, strike throw.
Yeah, the classic mid grab. Still
now
stuck.
Scar just has every read now. Has Han Rashid thrown enough at Scar for him to get a feel of this?
Oh yeah, everything's working out. That's gonna be that That looked so different compared to the first game. Again, you go back and look at the first game, I guess the first 2 games when Han Rashid went up 2-0, and he was active, he was everywhere. He was the one who was picking the perfect spots on screen. He was the one who got Scar to not press buttons for a while, enough that actually he got a perfect out of it, Han Rashid did. Now you look at that one, completely different story. This is Scar finding the right spots, able to chase, able to bet, able to understand when Han Rashid's going to go for Skywalker, when he's going to fall out of the sky, right? If he's going to do the up kick afterward, like all that kind of stuff, those little mix-ups he was worried about, but now Scar's no longer worried, it seems, and now it's, as a result, tied up 2-2.
And with a 2-0 lead on match point, with about 20 about 300 HP remaining for both of these players, that really high risk from Han Rashid, and he hasn't taken really a risk at all this entire set again, Fujin. But he has since, you know, that dash up throw cost him everything. Oh wow, this is him going back. Oh, wait a second. Where Scar might be the last person on the planet that you want to give a free gift like that to, because he will take that and run away with this entire thing, and that's what we saw happen there in game number 4. 2-2 situation, and Han Rashid's gonna go with trying to throw something different at Scar here, which I also like on paper. Let's see how it unfolds.
Well, this is the character that he used before Fujin came out, so there's a lot of experience on this still, and it's not like he's stopped playing. You know, you can tell he's very comfortable with Fujin, but if he doesn't feel like it's working out, he still has a very strong loop.
Which, you know, a lot of people might find that surprising, given how he was 1 hit away from taking this. But I think this is just a game 5. See if something different works, just to throw the the rhythm of Scar, because Scar found that rhythm in game 4. Nothing too crazy's happened here. That first forward 4 scared me a little bit by Han. He goes straight into the command grab, which is the armor break, and he did bring it specifically for that. Really smart stuff. Can he get his reset? No. Good defense by Han Rashid right there. Oh my goodness!
What a call! What perfect timing! I don't think that was even reaction. That just seemed like it was too fast. He's got range. Can he get there? No, not quite in time. He is scheming at that range. Oh no! It's a big whip, and Scar's gonna absolutely capitalize for match point.
We are seeing a little bit of mental damage, I think, on the Han Rashid side, as someone that again wasn't that risky. I didn't expect that whatsoever.
Especially at that range, there was no Kung Lao at that range.
Might have been reading. Okay. Galactic level. Let me take everything back real quick. He read amplified interactable.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. It's just that and the random dragon kick before, which did work. Our wrist.
Break the armor. I'm gonna super hard read that, but that's just me. Scar's on match point.
Scar is definitely on match point as Han Rashid backs off slightly. Get those fists a little hotter. A lot of zoning, a lot of control here. He gets the block in time. No, never mind. Not quite. Not quite. Scar's on the approach. The hands are back on fire. Oh, what a duck! Very interesting timing right there. Hard to escape that kind of setup.
Yeah, that looked like it was hard to escape.
Look at the timing on this now. 29 seconds on the clock as Han Rashid has really been playing a zoning game almost versus Scar. Oh, the last one connects. That actually is a lot. That is super important. That gives Han Rashid the life lead just barely.
Oh!
Trying to challenge it. Oh no! It's a huge error and Han Rashid capitalizes. Huge error. How about that from Scar in this round and in the next round? These two extremely top players make a little bit of a mistake. And as a result, we are on final game, final round. One of them gets into winners finals. Here we go.
Now we're down to 2 players swinging for their lives. One decision could be the entire difference maker, and it's going to be in this round here. Early slight health lead going to Han Rashid off of those big old beefy fireballs. Really good. Those implications have really been paying off. Slowing down Scar's approach for sure. And he finally gets him. That's a big damage. He still had the buff on. Wow, the explosiveness from Han Rashid.
Backs off. Anti-air's there. Scar is scheming. He's up close. He's got the grab. All of this because Han Rashid went in that one time rather than zoning. And he backs off to a more comfortable range. But there is a fatal blow on Scar's side.
Oh my goodness,
you know he's looking to react with it. You know it. Han Rashid is trying to bait it. That's what the stand one's about. He wants to bait Scar. There it is!
He got him! He actually got him! Still alive. Not enough yet.
Just barely. He's coming in! Scar's not out of it.
Scar needs one more. Oh my goodness. This is unreal. One more!
Forward,
Gets him with the forward four! Woo! Scar, better pull.
You are happy that you got Liu Kang's forward four to come into play. Han Rashid ends up surviving after being up 2-0. Scar threatened to turn it all the way back, but that change to Liu ended up working out, and Han Rashid is in winners finals.
That could have gone either way. That could have gone either way. It was awesome start to end. And there was such a difference in play from the Liu Kang and the Fujin that did end up, even though it did take the game for him to kind of get into the rhythm, but he got into the rhythm of those wave dashes backwards that were just setting up so much beautiful space. It's not as, big and intensive as Fujin's, and doesn't have as much mobility and mind games behind it. It's just his ability to move backwards, and it was just a little bit slower paced. Checking him with fireballs, and it set up that really clutch whiff punish to give him the health lead in that final round, where that really did create a lot of opportunity for him as he got more comfortable. And then one projectile gave him the health lead in the second round, and he ran away with it after that, as far as moving back and letting that, like you mentioned, zoning style come into play.
Very nicely done by Han. So he gets at least top 3 today. As we mentioned before, he's been here. He's been doing well on the Pro Tour so far. He was 4th week 1. Top 12 in week 2, so already guaranteed to have done better than he's done before in week number 3 here. Hats off to him. So we'll talk about that later on. We'll have to see first who he gets into winners finals against.
Absolutely. Guys, let's go ahead and talk about the pro competition that you guys are watching right now. 8 qualifier weeks per region, top 8 in points for each sub-region, making the sub-regions finals. Has a point structure for each and every single one of them. There's a North American League that has East and West with $10,000 per sub-region. You have Liga Latina with Mexico, Latin America North, Latin America South, and Brazil with $5,000 per sub-region, and the Intercontinental with Europe East, Europe West, Oceania, and Middle East, $5,000 per sub-region. Go sign up today. If you are in one of those regions, go to compete.playstation.com and sign up, and you can be in these tournaments with us here.
Well, we're moving on to the next part of this tournament, which again is going to be still winners semifinals. We know that it will be Han Rashid in winners finals. You can see right here, we got TitaniumTigerzz up next versus Jueks. I asked Tigers about how he's feeling coming into this. He said pretty much anyone could take it. In the past, he got 5th place last time. Ended up losing to himself, unfortunately, and as a result is currently 8th in points. So he's coming in here in an even better spot than before.
I mean, he's
looking good. He told me to expect that he's just going to play
the same points regardless. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I 100% expect that and respect that. I want to see the stomps. I want to see these. I want to see all of the Shiva emotes in the chat. All right, because the Queen is going to get hopefully a couple of sacrifices tonight.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I mean, he has been scary, right? He's been a terror with this character, both in the Pro Tour and also in other events. It's been very cool to see. He's not the only person we've seen with Shiva. Of course, she did get nerfed a little bit recently, just a couple of frames on the Dragon drop, just a couple of frames. Yeah, just a couple of frames on the Dragon stance. So yeah, she didn't get killed. You're right.
Absolutely.
But, nerf down to low tier, down to bottom tier, right, Aquaman? Is that what you would say?
Absolutely, top to bottom. Well, that's how it goes. If you see any change, it doesn't matter if it's up or down. It has to be to the extreme. So right, Shao got the one change, so now Shao's top.
Yes.
Right, Shao can jail off his down 4, so Shao Kahn is now the #1 character in the game because he does 400 damage or 500 damage every touch, mind you. So that's how it works. Yes, that's how it works, for sure.
Anyway, she's still
the opposite side.
A good character. Yeah, the opposite side is Jueks' Jackie. This is the character that we expect to hear as well. No surprise. Currently 13th in points overall, and one of them will get to play against Han Rashid in winners finals.
Oh boy!
Starting it off. Up into the sky, tries to leap away. No.
If you guys are wondering, that was disgusting. If you guys are wondering if Jueks could block those, he couldn't.
Oh, no.
I think that Jueks may have tried a last-second forward dash. I'm not too sure. Oh, leap!
Oh, no, he held it up there. So she has.
Oh, no. I expected that one to get away. I'm not gonna lie. And 3 in a row.
He already cashed out. Genius, Titanium.
How do you max out a bingo card? How do you max out a bingo card in the first round? I don't even. He was like 7 for 7 on that one.
That meter. Just tossing off the meter, no big deal. I don't need this.
Oh, and the escape fail. That's just icing on the cake for him. You know what's savage about that throw is that it takes so much time off the clock, and like so do these stomps actually. Oh, that's just the 50-50. That's the mind game.
That's really hard to react to, honestly. Oh boy, speaking of 50-50s, Lilo was in there trying to escape
and then he didn't hold. Oh.
Jueks with the wrist.
Tigers saying, you know what? Stay guessing. That's what Tigers just told me, or told Jueks rather, was keep guessing because he changed up the timing on the stomp on that one too.
Woo! I love it. I love it. This might be the best.
First off, I was told this character wasn't that great, so I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying, like before, everybody discovered Dragon Stance. The character was basically already like this. You just didn't see people.
This is. First off, he put together like a really good variation of the time difference backed up by the unblockable, which is just what variation 1, only he brought the low versus the air grab, which is really interesting because that one low, it's like the last bacon bit on top of the mixed salad that he decided to bring to the table, you know? It's like, yeah, it's all this, and then you forgot about that too. So really, really throwing a lot at him. Here's Tigers, who, this is the most comfortable I've ever seen anyone look against Jackie, mind you. But, to be fair, any matchup would look that way if someone's, simply struggled getting a turn.
Yeah, there wasn't really even much out of Jueks.
Oh, like this.
Him struggling to get anything going. Yeah, finally there's a little bit of offense coming out into pressure. Okay.
I mean, that was aggression out of Tigers. There was a wake-up stand 3.
It sure was.
He actually tried to pull a Jackie. Same normal.
Okay, Jackie Briggs. Wow. Came in like a wrecking ball just all of a sudden.
Let's not forget what Jackie can do too. Let's go ahead and sit back and realize that Jackie can be just as explosive. Okay,
yeah.
Getting away from him already here, up around. This is looking much better for Jueks.
The thing is, when Jackie finds hits, it's a few hundred damage minimum, and when Tiger stomps on you, it's 100 damage, 150 if she wants the meter burn it. So the risk-reward of these things, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that this is not good, obviously. But if the opponent manages to get away, then she can take a lot of damage for it.
That she can. And I'm not gonna lie, even as a commentator, I'm trying to read which if delays are coming or delay or not is coming from Tigers, and I was wrong twice in a row there. This is a good mix-up.
Super well. Oh yeah. Especially that in conjunction with the regular, with the not all the way up into the sky stomp, whatever it's called. That looks so simple.
Okay.
All right, there's the low.
That's a taste of Shiva's
like
medicine right there.
To bring in everything.
Oh, he's in fatal blow. Oh, the full delay. Gonna get him. And that was the 3rd in a row. Not paying attention. Tigers gets him with the crushing blow. It's a really good spot for Jueks though. And this, I don't know what's gonna happen here button wise. And it was Tigers who checked that out. Whew. Good challenge by Tigers. He was not afraid.
The one time it whiffed, I think that might be the first time it's whiffed right next to the opponent, and Jueks unfortunately didn't get the punish.
And Jueks had one of his I think that was his first truly punishable situations, and it was the only time he didn't have offensive meter, so I wonder if that tells me that Tigers waited until he ran out of offensive meter and was like, if you're gonna punish me, it's not gonna hurt.
Okay. Applying the bleed here, good luck on the follow-up. Oh, again, no! Oh boy. At least with the knockdown, he still's got a bar of defense and offense. He can start the party.
How?
As Tigers just gets out.
Nothing cleanly hitting for either player right now. Oh, he put out the Amplify, which I think only one cuts the Amplify, and going down into his death as the Queen awaits him. Much better this time around. Just unable to kind of gain control like he was able to. Like, he had the opportunities to really turn that around in the final one, but he didn't have any resources when the position favored him. And when Tigers finally did something unsafe on block, and he had a really clutch block on it. It was like a stand 2 into the low grab. And all he could punish with was the forward 3-string that naturally did like 120, and that's it. Versus the 350 unbreakawayable potential restand. In this, and so that's really the only difference that I saw in that game in this matchup.
Stomp is hard to deal with. Yeah, I see everybody in chat. It's definitely hard to deal with. The thing is that, like, the solution to it is not some esoteric, nobody knows, like, we need to invent it kind of situation. It's just you got to guess, right? You have to know, you have to guess whether to dash forward or back at the last minute. Some characters have moves that move them really fast out of the way, like if you have a normal or a special that does that. Juke's tried that. Like, there are things that you can do, but ultimately, yeah, you need to guess right in a mix-up that can start from anywhere, which can feel tough, of course. But if you do get out of it, as we saw Jukes do at least twice in that last game, you must capitalize. If not, there's truly no reason for the Shiva not to do it. And you got to react fast, right? I'm not going to sit here and tell you this is not a very good move.
Yeah.
But you do have to punish it if you're going to make it win.
And I'm not even sure. Oh, now I think that Jukes tried to maybe try to time the full delay and was off a little bit. Like, maybe he needs to wait a little bit on making that leap read, like right here. Oh! Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. That's my little diffy.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, you know somebody like Jukes is going to have done the research. It's just a question of guessing right in the moment.
Or finding, you know, potential other answers for it. You know, there's maybe a couple that exist with some special moves of characters. And I thought that if, for instance, that's a tough mix in and of itself. You know, Jukes, the moment that he sees Shiva goes up, is already assuming that he's gonna have to be guessing between multiple timings, and already in the guess has eaten the unblockable stop on the ground. Good side switch here, regardless of how this is gonna go. And wait a second,
Jukes is alive. Oh, he made the huge read on I think up 3 maybe. I don't know. Whatever it was not gonna cut it there. It's Match Point Tiger.
What I want to mention was Kotal's burst special, I thought was the most useless thing in MK11. But it's god tier versus Stomp. Burst. So there are some answers out there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky to play a character in Baraka who has a nice solution to it, but most characters are not as lucky.
Oh, okay. Perfect there. Right there.
There's the punish. This is what we need to see out of Jukes. Oh no! Is it a break, maybe?
I'm also going to make a really hard read that Jukes has been doing forward an awful lot. I think early in the set purposefully to open up those back-to-back back movement as punishes. Even though Tigers are still reading in front right there to close this out 3-0, but the mentality of Jukes I thought was really strong the later that set went along. Unfortunately, the damage had been done before he started making the crazy plays. That started working. Because he may have tried some crazy things in game number 1, it just didn't look like he may have because he was getting hit pretty much the entire time.
I think that's fair to say.
That's a disgusting fatality too. I'll just come out and say it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Look, very strong by Tiger getting into winners finals where it will be him versus Han Rashid. We're going to hold off on that, though, as we move into the next few rounds. Down into loser's side for Jukes. Check the bracket, let you know what's going on. Just to reiterate what you are about to see as we dip down into the loser side. We are starting out with Legion versus Plus, and then we'll have Too Easy versus KingGambler.
Legion versus Plus is not real here. And the winner, I believe the winner of this goes up against what we just saw. So it'll be Jukes going up against one of this. Too Easy Gambler, winner of that, going up against Scar. There's a bracket for you guys. And once more, get huge shout outs to Astro Gaming. I want to give a huge shout outs because I love their products. The A50s with the wireless and everything. Oh, you just get to walk around with all your audio. Anyways, is the official audio partner here of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. All of the caster audio is powered by Astro for the entirety of the season. Please visit astrogaming.com to find more information on all of their officially licensed PlayStation audio products available. Go check them out, astrogaming.com.
I'm not really sure what to expect here. I asked both of these players which characters they're going to be using, and they were both like, yeah, well, I can basically play whoever. So we'll see. I've seen them both use characters in the past, so that's part of why I asked. I'm not really sure what to look for here. I feel like this could be many things. Plus, from San Diego, you got Legion from Lawrence, Kansas. So it's a ways, but should be okay. Legion is currently 18th in points coming into this. We got Plus, though, currently with no points. It's actually his first time in the MKPK this year.
Yep, and I think this is both of their first top 8s of the Pro competition.
Yes.
So really, really stellar performances right there. It was, let's see, I was just looking at Legion, who went through Crispy Fungus, who's been on a real big tear lately. That's actually a really big win. Crispy's got multiple top 8s in a row very recently in online community tournaments. And another one that I see that Plus got a victory over, Hatman. It was Hatman who had the really big performance in week number 1 of the Pro competition, if I remember correctly. So that's a really big win here on the west side of things. For that first tournament, pull off an upset versus someone that's already got a top 8, that's pretty dang good. Only lost to Scar and Legion falling to Han Rashid on the winner's side.
And again, we just saw how strong both of those players were. That was a good set that they had. All right, so we'll see. What do we got here?
Ooh, the DLC battle?
Did you go in? Oh! Shiva versus Joker. I'll stick with the Joker, by the way. Yeah, Legion said maybe Joker, maybe Fujin, but looks like it is going to be Joker after all. Kapow and Jumping Jester.
Ooh, Jumping Jester is really, because I was like, maybe why wouldn't he go for Fujin? Maybe for the the more higher mobility. But let's see how this goes. But I also remember that Joker here also has a very mobile, Jackie bionic bounce style move. But he's just keeping it basic here as Legion, and probably going to play it from here as far as potential other characters, etc. See how he handles the Shiva up close, and how Plus is not real plays his character differently.
Joker has such movement that I feel like he's going to be better at evading than many. I mean, ultimately it comes down to the mix-up, right? But his forward and backwards dashes are fast enough far enough that I feel like they'd be pretty useful. Just guessing wrong! No,
there we go. Yep.
That's a really easy. Everybody wants to try. Like you're always like, she's in the sky. I jump.
That's always layer 1. Layer 1's always trying to hit her on the way up, and she's pretty quick. She's pretty quick. Oh, now you're bleeding.
Robocop with the down back 1 out of the sky.
Oh, man. Woo! He was trying. Making hard reads of forward dashes, wave dashes or back dashes, and it has to be at the last second, really, on these stops.
Like, whether the delay or not, I think that Legion guessed wrong 100%. Oh, finally a chance! No, the 2 whips!
And the stand 2. It looked like in her recovery, it may have low-profiled the stand 2. So for Legion, I think that Fujin might be a better pick. Again, just because of mobility, but I'm going to go back to what he could have done with Joker there, which is on that back dash. So many Jokers love that 2-1 automatically as just habit. But in that situation, you have to know that her recovery, she kind of like goes into the ground and crouches. And so I think that you have to recognize that forward 1 forward is going to be your read on that. On the back dash.
Joker.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
But cost him big there. I wonder if he's bringing the bouncing boxing glove shoot around the stage thing. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, you'll know it if you see it. I forgot what it's called, but I wonder if he's getting more mobile here, or if he's just gonna stick with what he knows. Stick with what he knows.
Conceivably, maybe the Jumping Jester can hit her out of the sky. Or that would probably be pretty tight timing.
Yeah, I don't know if he holds it and then tries to time let go of it right as she comes down.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I just don't know.
I don't know what that would look like. I kind of want to see it though. Yeah. Oh no, that was just gonna leave. Oh boy.
lining them up already. Oh!
Wrong on that one.
Wait. It just is tough to. Oh,
okay.
Yes, finally. Okay, but she did have defensive bar. Here's a chance again.
This is one opportunity, and he let Shiva breathe right there. And now that he's got the space, pretty scary. Those projectiles would put in work too.
Right. Here's the little challenge, and the low's gonna connect, and that I think is the round. Yes, plus taking the round.
Round 2, fight.
Dude, seeing Alex's stun gun headbutt be the best that it's ever been just is absolutely. I know it's tough to deal with. I've played against it too, but on the other hand, it cracks me up.
Ooh, that was a savage one right there. And I don't know if it's Plus is not real, that's just in Legion's head entirely, but you could see him hesitating to even pressure there or to even get aggressive, knowing that if he mistimes it, he's going to be eating one. That was a beautiful back dash though. Just a hard read of the early leg go.
Unfortunately.
Woo! Oh,
okay. Defensive bar push, but blowed up. Legion has to maintain.
Okay.
And that's what he needs. That's exactly what he needs. Get her into the corner. Don't let her go. Easier said than done, obviously. But if you can make it happen like that, takes the round for sure.
He made the best of the one whiffed stomp that he got right there, and actually perfectly timed with the 2-1 to finally get the actual stand 2 to hit to lead to all of that beautiful pressure. And without any second defensive bar here, this is all free damage. This is exactly what Legion needs to come alive. Finally getting something going here. But I'll tell you what, if there's one thing that's going to cool you off, it's eating another stomp. And in a moment like this, it's got to stay strong.
Woo! Still there though, yes. Plus trying to block. Big chance. Legion's got the hit confirmed. He's got damage output. He's coming in for the party. Not enough.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
She wants to go to the sky. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Can he run the table?
I've seen this before. He did it! He made it through, utilizing the movement. 1-1. We got a match. We got a match. All of a sudden, a lot of those stomps didn't work. I think I counted maybe 7, 8 in the last round.
Yeah, it did seem like Legion was beginning to get the mix-ups right on that. When to move out of the way. So, I'm not sure that we'll see Plus stick with this. Yeah, that's kind of my expectation. Got a W out of it. Began the wheel of matchups, wheel of counters. So now he gets to pick whichever character he thinks deals well with Joker.
You know, I'm going to go on the other side, and I'm going to go, should have stuck with Shiva. All he did was guess right one time. You keep it going, baby. It looked really good outside of that.
Street Fighter 3, Alex's stun gun headbutt. I'm telling you, it's never been stronger.
Lost half of the kite.
If you're an Alex
He's
player,
gonna try to take away.
Time to shine.
He's gonna try to take away the jumping gesture entirely here. Try to anyway, and be a lot more of a menace up close. That's for sure. The Elias dance, you guys see it there.
We saw almost entirely just Shiva either falling from the sky or at range. Plus would love to get some distance. Oh, nice patience there. Defensive bar will come out for sure. And now we got pressure, just like this. Can she punish? Can she not nitro? I'm not sure.
I would think so.
I would think so, but I don't know.
Ooh. Very. It actually surprises me when I see a Joker go for a 1-2-1 now.
Oh no!
And there's the jumping
autopilot. Yeah.
Get it out of here. That should also tell you a lot about Joker, though, and just how used to getting away with that Jokers are. Dude, the one time they can't do it, they still do it. It's just built in.
Turn there with no dance.
Good block.
Dance yet again. Just very safety first. Oh, not safety first there though on the uppercut, the down 2.
Where are the emotes at? I want to see them.
The right call.
So Someone's gonna have that down 2 emote. That thing was locked and loaded. It's not real here. Great position. That had some extra pushback. That back 2 max distance, that add on some extra pushback to it. That was gross. You're gonna gross. Ooh. Yeah, he's working right there.
The dance. Leaving at range, but Joker's so fast right back into the dance. She wants that space. You can see how much Plus wants that to just get away. Hasn't really been able to. Finally here, but Joker at all times is a threat to just waltz back in. This little character in his movement.
Waltz is the key word right there. Oh, tried to disrespect the advantage of Delia, and he's got one more guess. Anything on block is gonna kill. This is gonna be something here for Legion, who's now gonna put himself at 1 hit away, even 1 hit confirm into the boxing. Oh my god, it was so fast! He leeched him! What'd he throw? Someone divorce, baby! Oh god. I thought we were done with this after Honeybee won. I didn't want to see any more people get impregnated by bugs, man. I'm over it. I'm over it. Oh man. Even her stage gets us.
Gross.
Disgusting.
What do we got now from Legion? Again, he said maybe Fujin as well. I don't know if that seems likely. I feel like, yeah, I was just gonna say, I feel like maybe the more likely, if that's the choice, is to go for a Joker. Will there be a change in variation? Doesn't seem like it.
Cyberlink Play Assembly.
And you know, gotta give credit where it's due to Legion, who, you know, so kind of surprised us by not making a switch at all. And even here, as someone that just believes in what he knows, maybe that's really cool. That's really cool to see someone that's like that. I was like, you know what? This is what I know. This is what I enjoy. It's what the muscle memory's used to right now. And let's just go.
Man, he's able to start it out well. A little bit too far for the boxing gloves to connect. She gets knocked down. This is exactly what Joker wants. Exactly where he wants it to be. Just got the offensive bar. Half a second before that. Catches out, of course. Wow, you can see why Plus wanted to get away from this Joker before. No!
Okay.
Just staying away while she's got the perp on. What a jump timings. Specific reason.
I'll tell you one thing that really warmed up Legion's movement that was on full display right there. The wave dash backs were gorgeous looking, but it was the Shiva warm-up in those first couple games I think really warmed up the mobility of Legion here. That's because he's moving.
He's definitely looking fast. He's been able to get the corner pretty well. He's got the corner yet again. Both rounds so far in this game he's been here. Still here. Big Plus friend. Oh, K-on through.
I didn't even know that a needle could be threaded right there. That's out. That's so tight. That's not a bad thing to just kind of be, I don't want to say mashing, but hitting in the corner when your back is to it.
Still stuck. Speaking of back towards the corner. Okay, well, at least she gets through this. Yeah, just wiggles through. I don't think we've seen the end of that string once. I think it's either been the dance or just not giving any flawless blocking. Okay, the Legion's here! He's close to the W on this. Is it enough? No! Oh!
Take your time getting up.
Match point Plus.
Legion almost took us the distance there. Still do it. And I cannot believe that Plusisnotreal said, you know what would be great right now? Not being in the corner, and I'm willing to take a risk to ensure I achieve just that. Not sure what Legion could have done right there. Maybe a 4-2 instead, and got him with the bodies hitting the floor. He's getting away with an awful lot right now, David. His Plusisnotreal trying anything to get out of this corner, and he is still in this match despite a lot of huge risks.
Big chance.
With these Nitro
Not there fast enough. Oh, big opportunity as well.
Oh, it's guaranteed damage.
Before the breakpoint comes, yeah, that's right. That's what he was looking for.
Oh, that's it. GG's.
Yeah.
Gonna be going to a game number 5 Legion.
The Joker wins.
If he brings this back from how it started, what a story it would be of true mental fortitude. You know?
Do you think that
Like
this is
true
going to
mental
be Jade
fortitude
here for Plus or what?
I mean, that's the mix-up. That is the mix-up indeed.
I'm not sure.
I thought he should have stayed Shiva, but that's just me.
He said that he can basically play whoever. And I've seen him play a lot of different characters in the past. So I'm not sure. What do we got? What's the choice specifically versus Joker? That's, of course, what Legion's locked into.
Plus, it's not real. Is going around. The character selects
about lots of stuff. Yeah. Would this be?
He is thinking about lots of stuff. That's for sure.
Is.
He's thinking about lots of things right now. Tournament life, probably #1.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's looking at Raiden. Are we going to see the last second back out to another character? Going back? Potentially Shiva. Going back to that Jade. Both of them have 1 win on the board, mind you. This has been literally back and forth.
Thunder Wave. Oh yeah.
But
that's what it's gonna be.
Oh my
We'll let it ride on Thunder Wave Raiden. Oh,
Plus is not real's credit.
Come on! Come on!
Ah!
Come on!
To be fair, every first game with a new character, Plus is not real is won.
It's true. That's absolutely right. All right, so what do we got? We got air, slight gas, and hook grab. Okay. A pretty standard loadout here for Cabal.
Fight.
We'll see.
Game 5.
It seems like it's pretty good to get through this sort of stuff. Indeed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the setup comes. Legion is already here.
Oh, that's still whipping. That was still whipping. Oh my goodness.
I don't like it for Plus. He's been chased. Yeah, he's caught in the corner now. Gassy on wake up. Very safe here as Legion. And there really hasn't been anything out of Legion that is unsafe. That's a risk. It's been very solid Joker stuff. Nice to confirm.
Oh, there we go. Missing out a lot of damage off of a lot of those things. One not OSing the jump kick for sure.
Wow, Legion. Yeah, I don't know if this was the pick.
Round 2.
Yeah.
I saw far, Legion's been able to get most of what he wants. I like how he's okay.
Whoa.
Cut that thought off right off. And
yeah, what I was gonna say was I saw a little bit of hesitation that a Plus is not real, like in some of that lead pressure that he got going towards the end of the last round, and then he just let a raw no bad dash rip. So I can't tell what he's gonna do anymore.
That keeps him still, yeah, even with slight gas.
There we go.
Okay. Great damage here. Hey, maybe this was the pick. Maybe it was. Escape failed.
Hold on a second. Oh, he is gonna be set for this final round unless a miracle happens. 1 HP. Next block. Could have stole that with a down 1 maybe. That jump kick was really high. Definitely some negative frames right there.
Fight.
Got it.
Game 5. Final round. Another snipe out of the air.
Legion's where he wants to be.
Not real.
Oh my god! A big chance here for Legion, though. There's no defensive bar.
Plus gonna hurt.
Plus is gonna be stuck.
We dropped it!
We see how
actually we
can take advantage. We're seeing wake up down 1. Okay! Instead of wake up down 1 this time, it is fatal blow. He's out of the corner. And that was a dangerous spot to be. This does mean, though, that he's not going to be able to react to some of what Joker would like to do on making his way in. If that even comes. Oh, no! You gotta say that one feels bad. Because of the air hit connecting, because it actually hit, the attempted grab afterward whiffed. You can't get grabbed when you're in hit stun in that way. And so it whiffed there. Joker has a huge range down to, and he was able to punish real easily right after that.
Very impressive victory for Legion. He survived a lot that was thrown at him right there. You know, for him to make the turnaround after how game 1 went against Shiva, and then how he lost against his Jade on the second time around, and for him to still come out with a victory here is pretty incredible. That was some strong stuff out of Legion to make that comeback happen.
What do you think in retrospect about the Cabal pick rather than going back to Shiva or Jade or anybody else?
I honestly think that it was him believing in the fact that if he changed characters, it was going to work again, maybe, because the Shiva worked the first time, the Jade worked the first time, and he's like, okay, it takes him a game to adjust. I'll throw something different at him, and he won't adjust. But you let him, but that matchup allows Joker to play the game a lot more than he was playing against Jade and Shiva, if that makes sense on paper. So that's why we might look from the outside looking in, going, that's kind of an odd choice given how the things went prior. But it could be him just trying to catch him off guard, and it doesn't work. Rock paper scissors, baby.
Makes sense to me. Yeah. Okay. Well, a lot of chances to try this kind of stuff out in tournaments. We have more of those coming out, of course. PlayStation is where you can do it, and the PS4 Tournament Open Series, the MK11 Pro Competition, presented by PS4 Tournaments. And check out the PS4 Tournament Open Series. Head to compete at PlayStation.com and sign in with your PSN ID. You can see a list of available PS4 tournaments. There's a lot at the competition center, a lot of content giving you an inside look at what top players are doing, tips and tricks, all that sort of stuff. Lots of weekly competitions, all skill levels as well. As we mentioned before, we've had hundreds of players enter. In fact, about 1,500 players in total throughout North America over East and West entered this.
Thank you, everyone who entered, by the way. Thank you.
It's so
incredible
cool.
numbers.
Yeah, and we were talking about this briefly in the Eastern, but if you are somebody who is playing in one of these tournaments, you notice that your opponent maybe seems like they're new. Try to take them under your wing. We are really hoping that we can expand the scene here, get more players involved, get more people to know about the competitive side of the FGC, the NRS scene. That would be great. So if we could, kind of have outreach in those moments, that's what we're looking for here.
Growth, baby, all across the board. It only means better things for the entire community, guys. As we're getting to our last match of the first round here, going to be too easy against KingGambler. Two real household names here in competitive Mortal Kombat 11. Gambler making a comeback right now off of an injury as well. So similar to Ger's story, only less recent. Gambler's been battling his for a while. It's just harsh hands that he was able to catch early and take some time off, get it right, and he's feeling good to compete again. So shouts to him for getting through that, because I still deal with that to this day, and it's rough. And for Too Easy here, he's been on fire lately. Really since the beginning of the game, but things have been clicking for Too Easy of late. He's been in a lot of these top 8s, and I think won the first online tournament after Ultimate ever. So he came out of Ultimate quite literally swinging. Was that a pun on Sub-Zero? Maybe.
We'll see. As far as KingGambler, so we think of him as being a Nightwolf ever since Nightwolf came out. In fact, even before Nightwolf came out, he was hoping Nightwolf would come out. He's been playing that character. But lately, it's been Liu Kang. Like, I saw him on Champion of the Realms playing Liu, and I was wondering, like, are you doing that for real? He did say, actually, Nightwolf won't cut it for me. It's time to make a change for the better.
Wow, that's really crazy to me. And it's interesting that it happened on Champions of the Realm, because I commentated him playing Nightwolf on Tuesday, literally on Tuesday, in a top 8 with money on the line, and it was Nightwolf only, and it looked rough. And even myself and Ryan Ketchup, we were sitting back going, man, it was back to back. He got like counterpicked, and it looked like he was just struggling the entire time. And we're like, it might be time for a change if there ever is. And I'm honestly super shocked, given how the past year has gone, that he has made a shift here, and as quick as he did with how that top 8 went.
So he's lost to TitaniumTigerzz. That's why he's here in loser side. He did beat Crispy Fungus. We mentioned that earlier, and that's a significant win. Too Easy lost to So Sick Nashfan. That's who sent him to losers. But then Too Easy beat So Sick Nashfan to make it top 8. So shout out to him for overcoming the tournament.
Got the run back. The loser's side, that's what it's all about, man. I know 9 times out of 10 I get sent down there. I'm like, where does the path lead me to get that run back? And that's one of the first things on my mind for sure. As much as we don't like to talk about that, but 100% going on. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get a big old cash out of here. What if you could have ended that with a flying kick or something? Maybe didn't want to risk it because he just got to break away.
Oh! I saw the beginning of 4-2. It wasn't quite out in time. Here it is, though. He comes back into it. He needs one more.
We dropped it.
That could have been nice. Could have been nice.
Oh,
there was a breakaway.
That's a really tight pickup.
Available, but oh yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, especially online, man. You're trying to stand 2 after the slide. Woo-wee. I got hit by that. I make those sound effects sometimes because I get hit by that. Nice check.
Oh no! Big whiff! It wasn't there. Punishment time for Gambler. Of course, it's 4-2 yet again.
I think that may have been Luke Kang kind of cursing himself with just how, like, not vertical but horizontal that jump kick is, and how early he did it, and maybe losing the active frame to speed shift. Nope, 1 HP remaining. I've seen miracles happen. This is Luke Kang. 1 hit, no fatal blood. He's, of course, going to try to bet it all on the 4-4 right there. Really good read back here.
Yeah, right. We all know how good of a comeback character he is. This is 3 stops at this point. So Too Easy's gonna threaten with another slide if he's got the bar. Okay, wants the corner here.
Every time I see that, I think it does damage over time. It gets me every single time. Ooh, no crash by 2 Easy.
Oh god! Who can block that long? Not Gambler right there, unfortunately for him. Too Easy! Try bro red! Gambler's out of it. He chose not to spend this earlier. Here it comes.
Wow, that was a lot of damage before the breakaway came. 388. And he's still gonna get it, and I mean, I thought he was gonna get it, but is it?
Oh,
No!
Gotta be that, right? This is the game. Oh yeah. This is absolutely the game here. Just an error from Too Easy.
I can't believe it. Yeah. It was as if it was back-to-back errors. It was as if like the game corrected itself. Of like going back in time to a position where KingGambler again had the advantage and had a position to win that he dropped prior, and then Too Easy oh man. Scrambles here in game number 1.
Liu Kang, Sub-Zero.
Something I'm seeing Gambler use a lot that I love, the fact that he made, he's making a shift off of Nightwolf, and he's currently found a home here in Liu Kang, is that he gets to take his turn in those slightly negative situations now with 9-frame mids, and I'm watching him really enjoy that as coming from Nightwolf, where you're really doing 1 or down 3. And it's really cool to see him have kind of a different option there to play with now that he has made a switch off a character like that. It's a different tool. It's cool to see him already using it.
As somebody who's gone from low tier or mid tier to high tier in some other games in the past, like I know that feeling of privilege of not knowing like what you're missing out on, and then you feel it and you just the power courses through you.
It's a different feeling having a 9-frame mid than MK11. That's what we're saying for sure.
Yep.
It's a different feeling. -7 looks a whole lot better. Let me tell you, it looks a whole lot better. Try to take it there.
They're down here. And the grab escape failed is a danger here. Heating up again. He just wants a little bit more. Okay. Too Easy, spending 2 bars. He's got the corner. At least, never mind. The jump kick, the lazy boy. Comes out. Gambler takes the round.
Round 2.
He did that nice and early, so it was active too. Gambler can get a really good reaction on that. And too easy in very too easy style with these raw slides. And they haven't been blocked yet. 3 for 3. What a mad lad.
The trade. Too easy.
Right there.
Stab at it. Down one. His turn. Forward to the solution. He's been able to mix it up so well. What a punish he knew he was in range. Nothing after.
Okay. Oh, that looked like it was like a halfway shimmy because it wasn't like a full step forward. It was like a half step forward into the 1-2. And I think that's what caught Too Easy right there. Is I think that may have been a semi shimmy from Gambler. Woo wee! This switch
like we were saying,
looking pretty good.
I'm really happy to see that. Again,
the skill's always been there.
For sure, for sure. And Nightwolf is a blast. You know, he's not some terrible character, but if you're going from that to Lu, who obviously is one of the best, has been, you could see the difference. I mean, tiers are real. You know, nobody should tell you otherwise. It is a real thing. And I'm happy for him that he's making this work. He's looking really strong on the character.
Yeah, really impressive. Very impressive. That's always been Gambler, and you know that's kind of how we felt going back to season 1, if you remember. Was every time he came on the screen, what he was able to do with a character like Scarlet at the time, and we were like, imagine him in the hands of one of these guys. You know, it's like, it's almost like looking into an alternate reality where we get to find the answer to that question, perhaps.
Yeah. At the same time, you know, you look at people like Honeybee, who just won NA East #3, and making it work with the character that is not very strong is satisfying, and it can be in a different way. But look, I don't begrudge anybody who makes any decision with respect to which character they end up choosing.
Absolutely.
Easy with the chance. The pressure, he's way too far away. Gambler got the whiff punish there. He's had a great understanding of where he is on screen with this character. Just look at that! The forward 4 was at exact range point.
Peak distance.
Showing that knowledge. Oh no! Oh jeez. It is match point. KingGambler on this character, on Liu Kang. Looking good, threatening to move on.
Good defense there. Really good not to challenge that Sub-Zero jump in. That is a jump in that, as someone that loves anti-airs, will advise you maybe not to try anti-airing. For sure.
No!
Really good weather with the storm. Woo! That's a lot of damage. No. The few times he's taken away gaps with projectiles, he's falling for it.
Yeah, Gambler's picked great opportunities for that stuff, just like this. One more bar to maybe contend with. Not quite yet, but that's what Gambler's being patient around, just in case there's an amplified ice ball to crush his projectile. There it was, but he gets hit! Ooh.
This is surprising that...
Well, he's getting a bunch of damage out of this. He does get pressure right away, which is great for him. Many characters don't get that. But again, Gambler solves it with combo into fatal blow. Every one of these 3 games was ended combo into fatal blow by
Gambler, in the few days he's been learning this character, I know exactly what he did. He went... I mean, it probably says it's on Combat Academy, but I doubt it. But he had to have reached out to every Liu Kang and been like, all right, guys, give me the tech. And they were like, wait, do the wake up 1, 2, 3. Every. And he did it. Like, he did the most Liu Kang thing that could ever be done, which is wake up 1, 2, 3, fatal blow into victory right there. And to me, David, it's no surprise that what just happened from KingGambler with a character like that, knowing the skill that the player has.
I'm with you. Yeah, I don't think that's a big surprise. Again, I'm happy for him that he seems like he has affirmatively made this choice to have the best sort of competitive chances that he can give himself. Again, I don't begrudge anybody who makes that choice, nor if you'd rather be somebody who plays a character that you know or you believe is on the weaker end or the middle end, whatever it may be. Whatever you enjoy in this game is cool. Some people enjoy winning, and I totally get that. Do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. So let's take a look at some of the merch that we have. Of course, I am wearing it down here. You're wearing it over there as well. Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat is where you can check it out for yourself. We got stuff from the International. We got stuff from the Liga Latina. We got stuff from the North American. We got various characters up there as well. Rep your realm and do it at Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat.
One thing you will not be seeing me is that Melina shirt. I'll tell you that right now. Just kidding. But if you guys love that Melina shirt, go ahead and get it. Go check that out at Amazon.com. Thank you guys so much for watching the pro competition here. We're going to go to our first break, and we'll come back with our next set of matches. Don't go anywhere.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to continue this top 8 action. Of course, this is the best of the best in North America on the west side. My name is Darth Arma, joined by the one, the only. Which way is it? Is it that way? Is it this way? It's this way. Mr. Aquaman, how's it going?
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back here. We have completed the first round of the entire bracket. If we can go ahead and take a look at it. Wait, in 1 second. We got something to talk about. Before we get into this tournament, we need to talk about all of the tournaments here. Not just on the pro competition, but also for the Open Series. Let's go and talk about the Open Series for a second.
Yeah, man, let's check it out. PS4. So the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition is presented by PlayStation 4, as you can see through all those nice logos throughout our broadcast. So again, if you guys want to get involved, get in on the action, or just have some awesome content to look at, take a peep over at compete.playstation.com. You guys can visit PlayStation 4 Competition Center that easily. It's the one destination that has the Mortal Kombat content that gives you an inside look at how top players play, and also tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. So beginner, intermediate, top level, super sweaty players. There's something there for all of you. So all you got to do is...
All of you are super sweaty players.
Everybody is. All you got to do is go to compete.playstation.com and sign in with your PSN ID. You can also easily see the list of available PlayStation 4 tournaments, not just Mortal Kombat 11, but other tournaments, fighting games and non-fighting games. And it's all right there. You guys can sign up so easily. So again, get out there, get involved, no matter, what region you're in. A lot of different regions, a lot of sub-regions here. Intercontinental Combat. I mean, there's Liga Latina. There's just so many different things. Only way for you guys to find out what's going on, head on over to that website. So here we actually have the NA West bracket as we've seen for you so far. Han Rashid taking it over Scar. TitaniumTigerzz doing, 1 or 2 Shiva stomps over Jueks. And then we have Legion taking it over Plusisnotreal. And then we had KingGambler. Oh, man, so good. KingGambler over Too Easy. So, again, we have a lot of good matchups to continue through here. I don't think it's set in stone. I don't think anyone's going to easily take this whole thing. So, it's going to be a slobber knocker no matter who gets to the grand finals, losers finals, loser semis, all good and close matches. I know everyone.
Yeah, this is going to be everyone. Yeah. Getting into this winners finals coming up as well is, how is the mobility of Fujin going to deal with Shiva? And that's the biggest question I think I've got on that winners finals side. We're going to get into that here a little bit later on, as we've got Legion versus Jueks here, and Legion, like I was talking earlier with David about, just the mental fortitude to survive what he survived that round of the Shiva stomps, getting thrown at him. Jade completely taking away the jumping jester here, and still able to make it through all of that. He's been coming here, feeling himself a little bit, and Jueks coming off of a tough loss on the winner's side. So we'll see who's mentally stronger here. Yeah, Jueks definitely has the experience here. His first time in his top 8 is Legion, but I'm already super impressed with him.
That's the $1 million question.
No, definitely a great player. I love seeing it. I also love the fact that he's equipping the scariest and creepiest looking Joker here.
Yeah,
in that pig face mask. Oh,
like Killer Circus Clown for sure. That's exactly what he's going for.
He's just trying to get into the into the mindset here. He's trying to freak out his opponent whenever they have to look at that intro.
And we've already seen the movement on display earlier, and we've already seen it here. And they're starting off with some really clutch flawless blocks, so the execution and everything for Legion is there. This guy's cooking.
Oh yeah, I definitely love seeing this here. Good challenge there for, you know, obviously he was definitely negative in that scenario, but the last thing Jueks thought was coming his way was a down one check. Jumping gesture, I believe that was a flawless block attempt.
Flawless
and
block.
Unfortunately, maybe try to flawless block, you know, you try to move as soon as possible. You know, you're trying to, you know, minimize the chip damage.
Oh, whoa! Did that health bar just disappear?
Did he just make this comeback? He literally had nothing on the board. I think he's still alive. I think this, yeah, the last kick shouldn't be enough.
One more
kill,
hit.
So he's still in there.
Got it all though. For it to come down to a forward one like that, that was unexpected to say the least.
Oh yeah, very, very tough to come off that resource, to come off, you know, fatal blow and everything, and then still come up short. And it's just kind of like, you know, it's very degrading to yourself. And you're just like, oh man, I wish I just didn't do any of that. I wish I went to this last round or this next round a little sooner. But it's okay. Don't live in the past. Just keep moving forward here. Get checked afterwards. Trying to get Legion to kind of get a little disrespectful there. Forward throw as Legion. I don't know if he was just mashing down, just mashing, you know, down one or what, but I don't know if he was guessing.
Wow, this is
Comeback of his own. Kapow going to be leading into some good damage. Nice little pop up. I love the side switch throw. Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, he was.
I mean, okay. So here's the thing. Can't that be like plus double digits? I feel like that was a scary press.
It was a scary press, but it was also a very obvious throw attempt because, remember, Jackie's got a little bit less health, so she was under 31%. That forward throw would have won him the entire game. So, obvious to go for it there.
We found the answer to Jackie's thieves, ladies and gentlemen. Corpses. Corpses everywhere. Whether they're coming down from the ceiling of Shang Tsung or chucking him as Joker here as he chucks Jackie to the sky off the crushing blow. A good health lead here. Jueks set up a position where he can just leap in if he wants to. Looking all by Legion that he's going to be grounded. We're going to have the active frames with the down 4. Yeah, just keeping him at bay with those big buttons. Under pressure now. Jueks needs something big. The wake up down one was scary.
Big whiff jump one from Joker. Nice on that wake up. Yeah, very good stuff there. Jump, backing out of range there. And catches Jackie whiffing there just for a little moment. One little, you know, brief second of weakness. Wrong call, and Legion ready to capitalize on it. You know, a lot of players let moments like that, you know, pass you by. And I feel like that's like one of the biggest hurdles to like get used to when it comes to playing this game is being able to recognize a whiff throw animation and, you know, telling your brain, okay, here it is. Whether you're, you know, hitting down 2 for the crushing blow, or you just got to stand up and do your far-reaching, you know, fast stand 1 normal string. Something you have to train yourself to see it, recognize, and execute. You know, so you don't leave damage on the table. I've seen a lot of newer players, a lot of beginner players, you know, let things like that go. But these guys are the cream of the crop. These guys are some of the best of the best. So you're not going to see that opportunity to drop too many times during this.
For Legion, a couple of key things that he's been doing has been harassing the fact that Joker on the ground, when we look at normal set versus normal set, just simply outranges Jackie, and doing what I would call the Joker special of backdash 2-1. Joker players love backdash canceling a 2-1, covering a lot of that space, and then the follow-up is just something that Jackie has a hard time contesting with, and he's been abusing that so far. He's getting a massive cash out here before he can even break away. Oh, adding on top of it for still 322, and that's just safely doing the combo, hit or breakaway. It doesn't matter. Full control off this. Wait, that's a huge read!
Yeah, big read, very preemptive there. You know, didn't react to that, but, you know, he was ready to commit to that button to get the crushing blow, you know, get the side switch, get the combo. But either way, finding himself in a bad spot, not a good opportunity to go for that armor breaker. Such a easy setup, especially when you're up against the wall in the corner. Oh man,
and
it hurts.
And the worst part is that he would have lived if he didn't, no matter what. That's the real worst part to me, is that he
Yeah, no, I definitely get it. Oh,
yeah, exactly. Oh no. Not letting him bother him.
No, you can't let it bother him. Back throw, okay, got the corner positioning here. What's he gonna do? Tries to back off and go for the down 4, really far reaching normal, but does find the kapow conversion here. Not getting too much damage. Maybe he thought a breakaway was coming or a breakaway was possible here. Oh, man.
That was unblockable.
I mean,
I don't care who you are. Quick overheads are the least expected thing in Mortal Kombat 11.
I mean, they're universal. They are, you know, very unsafe on block. But yeah, they catch a lot of people by surprise. You know, especially certain animations aren't very telling.
Yeah.
And,
everyone's initial block is usually low anyway, naturally. Nice challenge.
With those, yeah, nice mids just right out the gate. As soon as Joker is able to do anything, getting blown up there. Down 1, getting the check, getting the hit, and I like that idea. You know, you get the hit, you have the frame advantage, just keep it simple, go for the throw.
Oh, we're getting into sweaty territory right now. Next hit's gonna put Jueks with a fatal blow. See what he's able to do that in game number 1. Not a little bit of comeback, but nope, that 2-1. Backdash into it. There's not much Jackie's able to do about it, even though the dash punch was able to clip him. But here we go. One more. Coming from downtown. This will be a life or death for Legion, and he tries to swing. Jueks makes the comeback happen.
I was literally going to say, I feel like Jueks is just kind of overreaching, like over and over again. A lot of whiffed opportunities, or a lot of whipping here.
That was so quick.
And I saw Legion,
I mean, let's call it what it is.
On a few. Scramble?
Yeah.
Pressure?
I mean,
I don't know what you're getting at.
13 HP for Jueks versus 600 out of Legion, right there, and I think I counted maybe 7 seconds, and that health bar was gone.
It's fast, man. It's fast. But yeah, no, Jueks looked like, you know, a caged animal, just like swinging out there. And it just seemed like Legion wasn't able to contain it. I don't know if he just wasn't. I don't know if that was the last thing he was expecting from Jueks, being that Jueks had, you know, so little health, and that he was anticipating more of a calmer mindset, or maybe a more like defensive type of strategy, but that's not what happened. And because he didn't anticipate
a lot of people throw in those situations. Yeah, they're like there's definitely a lot of mind games there. You know, a lot of people that are making comebacks rely on throws really heavy, and so maybe try to make a really big read. But like a lot of people are talking about, you know, maybe even taking the throw, you're still alive. So
yeah,
it was a really high risk what he did right there for a reward that maybe wasn't worth it at the time.
Definitely agree. Hopping over the other side, not ready to challenge though. I guess he kept anticipating the downward, you know, Shartno blast. Bounce him up here, down 2ing at the highest peak to continue this combo. Ooh, I thought it was gonna come right back at you, but I don't know if he placed the gesture wrong or if he, you know, went to the other side.
I think he got the bar.
You know, yeah,
I think it was just a regular one.
No sweat.
Yeah.
Okay, a little back throw action over and over again, back-to-back throws. Oh, gonna continue the onslaught here. So I like it. Last round we were talking about how he wasn't throwing, but now just switching it up entirely. Nothing but throws here coming from. Oh, what a bait! What a bait! Perfect opportunity, perfect setup to just stop, recognizing the roll and capitalizing there on the punish. There is that little bit of time where you get up from the roll. Oh my God, how many times is he gonna throw this man?
I mean, this is the mix-up right now. Adjustment has been made.
Oh, what? Okay. Huge opportunity missed. Huge. That was damage for you. All for you. I mean, it could have been down 2, could have been 1-2-1, anything.
Oh my! Mixing him right now. Legion is definitely, and this is just going to open up more and more opportunities for Jueks now that he's found a hole in the defensive Legion. Oh, that's just icing on the cake. Jackie's throw. She does the lean back and code it from downtown with the jump one of jump ones, reaching for the victory, and Jueks is going to get it. And I would say that an adjustment has been made right before our eyes, and you immediately picked up on it. It was the fact that he introduced way more throws into the offense, and that's what's going to open up a lot more of these staggers working as well.
Yeah, but you got to realize that with these throws, every single one of them, I mean, I would normally say every single one of them are very, very risky, but even there at the end, you saw him, he made a throw whiff, but if you're not super on point, because of Jackie's whiff throw animation, if you're not super on point, you're going to let that go by. And, a few opportunities that he dropped real big there. Some players like to just kind of, even if the down 2 crushing blow has been used, they just go for down 2 just to not risk it because, yeah, she steps back or she leans into her throw really, really far. And, because of that, when she gets hit out of that animation, she's leaning all the way back again. So, a few follow-up strings are going to whiff. So some people just like to make it simple, especially if they have a far-reaching down 2, like Joker does with his cane. They just like to hit down 2 and be done with it.
All right, complete reset here for Legion. Who's got to be thinking to himself, how is he going to deal with this newly added pressure? Because there was no adjustment made, it looked like, from him for it in the last game. And one of the best adjustments I find in fighting games in general is that one way to not adjust your opponent's game plan is to not let them implement it. And that's what he's done here so far.
Entirely.
Yep. Hey. Just not deal with it.
You got to learn how to deal with this first. Oh, jumps out of there, and somehow that was the right decision. Jackie whipped it. I guess Jueks just said there's no way he's going to jump. I stopped him from jumping so many times. He's in the corner. He's going to be frozen here, but no. Took to the sky. Huge whiff punish on the other side, and now Legion's got all this real estate to move back with. Can move as far away, but we all know when you're moving far away from Jackie, she's just one super jump, one feet away from making that connection and making huge damage. Good challenge there with the stand 1. Beautiful stuff. I guess he thought of.
Oh, hello. I don't know how intentional the flawless block was, but it looked so intentional that, because of the immediate follow-up, right, of just swinging. But wow, was that calculated? And I wonder if it was a read on what he was going to do in that cancel pressure in the air. Sensational play from Legion. Very impressed. He's dealing with something here in the corner. He just swings out with the 4-1. He'll be able to dash under. Nope. Tries to break away. He's still in this, and he bet it on the throw again. Multiple times, just give it a second life.
Again, comes down to that flawless block. That flawless block's so good at dealing with jump-ins. Not only does it prevent you from, dialing into the rest of your string when you land, but, it lets you recover a little bit faster from, it minimizes that block stun. So, things where people are normally plus, yeah.
Would you say that flawless blocking jump-ins is the new anti-air?
I think it's been around for a little bit, but it's definitely a consistent way to deal with anti-air. Like, I know flawless blocking is tough, and your opponent can alter the jump timing or the timing where they hit the jump attack, but it is a good universal way to deal with it. Oh man, Jueks big time here, not enough.
Yeah, no defensive bar. I don't think anything in the world is going to stop that shrapnel blast coming down for at least one bit of chip. Really, really calculated kill there by Jueks. And it was almost surgical precision in that second game that he won. That got him back in this entire set. A couple of throws here. And if you noticed in that last game, there weren't really any throws at all. It was as if he was like, you know what? Now you know what I can do, but I'm going to go back to the other one the moment they think I'm going to do this. And then by the time, and it was just like so cool how he was able to do that, just like on, off. And then for someone like Legion, who was probably looking for a throw that last game, gets schmixed and welcome to Mortal Kombat.
I mean, that's what it is. You got to keep your opponent guessing. You got to, be able to dive into different types of play styles. Because another thing that you learn, even as an intermediate player, is, a certain play style is very successful against certain opponents. Like, there's some opponents where, you could throw them all day, or they're literally terrified of throws, so they over calculate against it, so they're always looking to either crouch under it. Everyone reacts to things a little bit differently, so sometimes you got to mix it up a little bit.
A lot of people just down two,
but yeah, a lot of people just hold down and mash down two. But you got to be ready, and you got to be aware of your opponent. Okay, this isn't working. Let's switch it up, and that's what Jueks did. He switched it up. A lot of throws coming out, and it almost felt like just like overwhelming. Like he was drowning in these throws, and 13% a piece. That definitely adds up, man. That definitely adds up.
And you could see that it was almost a forced and calculated decision when he went for 3 in a row. When I saw him go for 3 in a row, that's when I know that mentally he's really trying to get it into Legion's head that he's going to go for a lot of throws. And like a lot of us, if you're veterans in the fighting game community, that's just conditioning. It is trying to get your opponent to think you're going to do something just so you can use it against them later on or right then and there. And it was beautifully done by Jueks. Really good stuff. And for Legion coming in this, possibly as the guy with maybe a little bit less experience, Jueks doing a veteran move there to pull it out.
Yeah, no, definitely something that works. That you kind of know when your opponent like mentally checks out, or they're so done with dealing with this. But let's move on to the next game. We have KingGambler going up against Scar. We saw a little bit of Scar and KingGambler earlier in today's broadcast. Scar get knocked down here from the winner's side, but still in this. This is a double elimination tournament, so Scar is able to make it all the way back to Grand Finals, along with KingGambler here. KingGambler going with Liu Kang instead of the usual Nightwolf pick. I'm a big fan of KingGambler's Nightwolf, but sometimes you got to pick what you got to pick. Certain situations, again, against certain players, against certain matchups. Yeah, so he's rocking. I feel like it's safe to say like every Liu Kang now has that low fireball. It's just too good of a zoning tool. You can use it mix up, whether.
It's almost like you're not playing Liu Kang if you don't have it equipped. That's almost how essential it is to keep your opponent guessing, because low fireball, as strong as it is, it's what a lot of people expect, but it's all about having something to have on the back of your opponent's mind, right, the entire time. And this is hard for me to watch as a Texan, by the way, as I'm watching a Texas team kill here.
Full on Texan now. Low fireball does get amplified.
Full on Texan down here.
Full on. You're fully committed. I mean, it's like you moved there or something. All right. Tossing hats. How fair is Liu Kang stand 1, 2, 3? It's a really useful tool. It kind of does everything.
It's okay.
It puts them at plus. It's okay. Just
it's all right.
No problem at all.
Do that. No issue. Oh, did I flag do it? I couldn't tell. It was so close. 8 life remaining. The low of all the things.
It worked.
Low fireball to counter the dive kick. Working out for KingGambler there.
I pray for you.
It absolutely worked. It worked no problem here. Here goes the hat toss. Orbiting hat coming here to make it nice and, I guess, safe. Or to kind of stop anyone from trying to interrupt it. A lot of people deal with Kung Lao's teleport by hitting down 1 as soon as he reappears behind you. And it's as long as you got your little air conversions down, you can really make it hurt. Good challenge here from Scar, down 3 out the gate. KingGambler trying to go for a shimmy here, but Scar not fighting, not letting go of that block button. Because you know what,
that was an extra long.
I'm going to try to react. Oh yeah, super long, right in front of his face. Try to go shoulder to shoulder. KingGambler loading up those flaming wrists, which do give him access to a teleport if Scar is going to give him any kind of breathing room, and it looks like he's definitely not trying to do that. Scar trying to go to a final round here, but KingGambler is a few throws away. Maybe a fatal blow combo, maybe a crushing blow combo. See what he can do. A back throw from Scar. Is that going to be enough?
Yes,
no.
a lot of chip. Oh! If he would have Injustice 1'd it, Arma. Instant jump 1. If you're going to make that read,
It's definitely an Injustice.
Almost.
Oh, nice conversion here thanks to the corner. 36%. But hold on, Scar finding the hit. There's going to be the armor breaker. There goes the jaw, but what a huge drop here from Gambler. He didn't hit the 4th forward 3. Instead,
he actually got some more damage. Oh! It's not even going to matter here. That's GG's. It ended up working out for him. Luckily, because he was able to get the next hit. But if that had not occurred, yeah, it would have been a little bit sus seeing that. But hey, Gambler taking game number 1. And like I talked about earlier, this is no surprise to me at all, Arma. And I don't think to you either, that we know what KingGambler's capable of. And that even we have in the past looked at the characters he selected and gone, man, what would this character be like in the hands of a player like KingGambler? And we're kind of seeing something like that here tonight.
I mean, yeah, I love seeing that, you know, he's a player willing to pick, you know, what he's got to do. You know, obviously focusing a little bit more on Liu Kang as recently, but I think it's really working here. It's a really good way to kind of, it's a good way to be comfortable in that strike throw scenario against Kung Lao. You know, being able to have that mid where you can challenge so quickly, so fast in certain scenarios. Like as soon as you're done blocking a down three from Kung Lao, you have an option that's not just mash down poke. You have an option.
Yeah, it's either
damage.
You know, most checks in those lightly negative situations are just for a character like Nightwolf, like a down 3. And looking at Liu Kang, this is kind of a best of both worlds of Gambler's 2 characters that he's used prior in the pro competition. He's got some wonderful zoning, you know, in comparison to Nightwolf, who has just decent zoning, you know, the mid-arrow kind of alright, but the low is just a completely different monster, as there were some characters like Cetrion that took away mid-arrow entirely, which was crazy, and got counter zone, which is what we saw happen to him in the open series that got him to pick up Liu Kang in the first place. It just fits all the holes that he had before, and he's got the extra zoning like he was used to with Scarlet, which was beautiful as well. He's getting harassed right now by the orbital hat Scar. Got that dive kick, got a huge cash out there. This is still doable for Gambler, and this is 8. Liu Kang with Fatal Blow, with Crushing Blows locked and loaded. Oh, this is scary.
Oh, it's definitely scary. Now, it does reach pretty far, so Scar, you know, as soon as he's in that mid-screen range, he's a little scared of it. Oh, somehow the whiff of that dive kick. I was sure he was going to go into a punishment ball. Flawless block, minimizing that chip pretty much down to... Oh! There it is! He had it! He had it!
Oh, no! Not like this.
9 seconds left on the clock. Oh, and not fast enough. Scar getting clipped there by those high fireballs. If he just got there a little bit later, that could have been a completely different, you know, outcome here in favor of Scar. But Scar not taking this lightly, going right into it. Fast momentum, hit like a truck, trying to get him to go for a wake-up up 3. It looks like he tried to space it, or he was possibly looking for a forward roll here. Tries to go for a short hop, doesn't get punished. KingGambler a little too slow at the helm here.
Oh, tries to swing right now. That's some disrespect out of Gambler, too. Thinking that maybe an orbital hat was going to come. Either way, going to cost him the entire round. Scar coming to life a little bit. He's got good position. To get one hit, he's got corner set play potentially. Oh, oh, frozen in time. He's going for the hat. Oh, no. He still dropped it. That's unfortunate.
Here. Yeah. A little opportunity you missed there, but it's okay. Forward throw from Scar, and Scar trying to close the gap. I guess he's trying to go for the less obvious back throw. I feel like against Kung Lao, a lot of people like Tekken's back throw because it has better Oki, and that's kind of where Kung Lao wants to be. He wants to be a throw strike game scenario, which is right next to you.
Spot here. Nice. Scar knowing exactly what he wanted. Both of his last 2 throws have been, last 3 throws now, have been towards the corner. And you know he's definitely going to be trying to open up something here. And what it is the shimmy of the 1-2. It's worked back to back, but not enough for Scar to take the round quite yet. But that will be. Scar comes alive. 1 game of peace.
Love the punish there from Scar. He was kind of he was basically calling out the fact that, you know, I didn't see the barb. I don't know if amplified, you know, high fireball was an option at all, but Scar was ready to just swing back. Yeah. He was like, I'm pretty sure you're not going to do this. You know, whether that be based on, you know, how much meter you have or an assumption that I have, but he was swinging and he got a nice clean punish on Liu Kang. KingGambler sticking it out here with Liu Kang. Like you said before, Aquaman, I think this is a character that perfectly complements, you know, the shortcomings of his other character in Nightwolf, where, you know, this character's got, you know, different kind of zoning and definitely has a really, really good and fast mid that leads to some good damage.
Strong up close game, which is what he likes, you know. And loves really good jabs that are staggerable, and this character's got it all. Almost everything that was able to implement with Nightwolf, he's going to be able to try to implement here. You know, one more with Nightwolf, just think of that as was that 1, 2, 3 here with Liu Kang. Same thing.
Yeah, 3 hits. You know, you're trying to hit confirm it, and if you know, they block it, they're still in a pretty bad scenario, depending on, you know, what you try to go for here. Yeah, Nightwolf's got other things too, man. He's got some pretty nice tick throws, but that's not here. Now, obviously, KingGambler is a Nightwolf main. We love seeing Nightwolf right now.
Oh boy!
And that is the second time in this set that has happened for a lot of damage. And Scar not trying to leave anything on the board here, trying to hold to this momentum. Gets the forward throw. KingGambler jumping to the air, whipping that normal. And I guess Scar said the last thing Gambler is going to be doing is ducking or jumping again. He's most likely going to block, so good call out here from Scar. Gonna pop him up into the corner. Forward throw.
It's really hard to stop Scar, especially once he has started. It's hard to stop him from getting this going. And even harder to escape, and he goes to the other side. Oh man! Well, I have to expect that to be maybe a risk on purpose just to get the side switch.
I mean, it could have been the side switch. I mean, look, it whiffs. You know, a lot of people are expecting block stun. You know, that just totally bypassed it. So he might have thought it could have snuck by Scar, but man, I wouldn't test the waters like that against a player like Scar. Back throw, and that is gonna be just enough here. Scar taking game number 3. And now it's just one game away from getting a little bit closer to that grand finals. Let's see what KingGambler can do about this. Is he going to switch to Nightwolf? Is he going to switch to Scarlet? Probably never, ever, ever going to be seeing him playing Scarlet again. Oh man, yeah. I remember he was like the best Scarlet when the game first came out, and you know, obviously Scarlet was kind of seen as one of the weaker characters in the game, but you just love seeing like the low tier heroes or people dedicating to characters that you don't really see that much. But I think KingGambler just had like a realization and said, you know what, I think I care about winning more than I care about representing Scarlet. And that's why we see him using whatever he's got to use. Here today, we're going to be seeing Liu Kang, seen as one of the better characters in this game. Very, very strong mids, good crushing blows, throw crushing blows, good zoning, and an incredibly fast fatal blow that you can just kind of sneak in there to rob some rounds. Maybe you won't get punished.
And Scar loves it too. Yeah, from all the way downtown too. He doesn't even care. All right, starting off nice and slow here for Gambler. Putting a lot of projectiles on the screen. And using that to get some offense going. That was really smart of him. The moment that he started feeling like he was about to have to come off some more resources, he immediately went in and would rather spend that bar offensively rather than in the zoning there. Really, really cool. But he's trying to avoid the corner here. That Scar is doing a really good job of pushing him towards, and even ready for the jump out attempt. Just didn't have the resources to put it up too.
I love that flawless block from Scar, and I feel like KingGambler kind of just committed to the string and didn't even try to block afterwards. You know, it's really difficult to try to, you know, react to the fact that you just got flawless block and the game is not letting you input that in there. Tries to challenge with the mids and goes to the down one, even though he was slightly negative. Maybe he thought Scar was going to poke back. Maybe he thought Scar was going to try to jump out of there, get a nice quick jump in here. Going to be leading to some good damage thanks to that, you know, extended combo extender here from Kung Lao. And Scar, one round away from taking this over KingGambler. One round away from moving on here in this lower bracket.
Trying to make it into the top 4 here of the tournament. Loser going home and fifth. Still getting some great points on the season, though. This is still wonderful performances by both gentlemen. Great aggression out of Scar right there to challenge him once more. You mentioned that last round, just not afraid to take a challenge when it's his turn. And a couple of them have just caught Gambler off guard, maybe trying to steal a turn back in those slightly negative frames. And it's gotten him burned here early on and in a really bad spot with the back to the corner. The throw, gonna give him some more pressure here. He's got plenty of resources for Hat if he wants it. And that was such a sneaky range to do a dash cancel into a throw.
Oh, and you gotta love it. Down one.
Oh my!
So sneaky. So sneaky. What's gonna be it? Flawless blocking. Hold on a second. Trying to minimize it, but there it is. Jumping in and meeting his demise in the form of a clean anti-air from Scar. Scar gonna be going. Moving on here in the lower bracket, taking it over Gambler 3-1. Liu Kang just didn't cut it. I mean, I didn't think I would ever say that, but it just wasn't enough. The really strong mids, the great zoning, Scar was able to get around it. And I feel like Liu Kang's forward 4-3 didn't really come into play as much. I think Scar was just kind of spacing that out really well. staying, doing his down 3 as far as he possibly could, just to kind of take that option away from Gambler to be able to just, reversal forward 4-3 as soon as possible. It's a really strong mid, leads into good damage, but Scar playing it relatively safe there. I don't think he went for anything too crazy.
Off of that forward 4 is that Gambler never gave him the plus frames off of forward 4. He almost always staggered it, and it looked like Scar was kind of picking up on that, and that he was really afraid to commit and put that gap out. Right, he was really afraid to put that out, and not afraid to challenge. Of course, was Scar. And a huge thank you to Astro Gaming here. We're wearing these bad boys right now. The official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. All of the caster audio is powered by Astro for the entirety of the season. Please visit astrogaming.com to find out more information on all of their officially licensed PlayStation audio products available now. astrogaming.com, as I believe we're jumping up into winners finals of the bracket Han Rashid versus TitaniumTigerzz, and I expect 92% of this match to be in the air.
Gotta be. I mean, here comes unblockable, full screen, half screen, next to you, Shiva stomps. So yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of that. A lot of ways to, try to get around it. Of course, it does have some sort of guessing element to it. Shiva can alter the direction in which your stomp is coming down. She can either alter to the left, alter to the right, or even just delay it, and it kind of just throws a little wrench in kind of the defense approach when it comes to trying to deal with this. But we saw a lot of great matches. It also sets up our loser semis match. Jueks going to be going up against Scar, who we just saw take it over KingGambler, and Jueks, who we saw take it over Legion. But again, everyone in this top 8, everyone who participated in this tournament, big shout outs to you. We love that you're there. We love that you love competing. You're here because you want to support the scene, you want to support, the tour, and just the whole everything that is what we love. And we love having content. We love, the players having a prize to fight for. There is going to be a big money finale here at the end of this region for both these regions that we saw tonight, NA West and NA East. So make sure you guys are tuning in there at the end. And if you guys haven't got in on the action, it is not too late. You guys can still sign up for week number 4, whether you're on the west side or the east side of the United States, or I'm sorry, out of North America. So if you're in Canada, you are eligible as well.
There we go.
And make sure you guys get in there to compete. I mean, it's get as far as you possibly can, try to qualify, or even just have some fun making some friends along the way. So we're gonna see some Fujin, a lot of air mobility here from this character. Great wave dash here from Fujin as well. And we're gonna be seeing Shiva stomping all over the place. Unblockable auto tracking move that you can alter just a little bit here if you do think your opponent is gonna try to counter that stomp. Let's see how TitaniumTigerzz stomps away.
Yeah.
Han Rashid can deal with it, or if he can just kind of keep applying offense. That's going to be an overhead back 3. Kind of looks like a throw animation, but it is just an overhead. Big jump from Han Rashid reacting to that, but it looks like he just mis-executed it a little bit. Had that been a neutral jump punch, it might have been a little bit better than that forward jump there. And there it is. You can see Tigers. Oh! He made him whiff, but it was almost like he didn't believe it was gonna work.
Yeah, that was okay. It didn't work, but it did work. Okay, cool. Noted. That's also. I'm pretty sure that's all Hunter. She said his mind. He's like, okay, noted. Gotta keep going. On the slight health lead. Yeah. Staying very mobile. Always on the move. And he got the whiff and ankle.
There's a big missed opportunity there. He whiffed for days, literally punched the air 5 times in front of him. And Fujin, come on, you're a whiff punish god here. Back 1-1 reaches so far, leads into some good damage. I think he tried to forward 3 there under there. Oh man, and he just walked back. And because Shiva was
ballsy
pointing,
back by Han.
Yeah, but because Shiva was pointing to the left, she actually whiffed. There it is, Han amplifying that skywalk, amplifying, and putting that hitbox.
Yeah, he called out. He said, anything that's airborne, you lose here. And it was either leap or, in that case, jump. That was such a good aggressive call-up by Han Rashid. Just knowing how Tigers wants to play and having an answer for it right there. Tigers hasn't really landed an awful lot of raw hits right now. You know, those stomps aren't paying off. Gonna get a whiff there. You know, most of his damage has come off the projectiles, and that kind of scared me that he had an active tornado around him to see if he would fall into the hitbox. He's got something going here. Big damage. The bleed is on. He's out. Fujin, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I like the idea from Han Rashid to move with his special moves and not with his actual movement, which actually meant he wasn't going to bleed like people normally do in that situation. Getting the stop here is TitaniumTigerzz, but right now he's going for a ride. Can Han Rashid make this comeback? He does have Fatal Blow ready to go and tries to go for the throw a little too early as TitaniumTigerzz delayed that wake up just a little bit, and that was definitely the most calculated, well thought out thing to do there. After you're plus just a little bit with that little health remaining on your opponent, go for those very, very active buttons. I believe that's the second stop in a row. I think if he amplifies the next one, if it's successful, that will lead it to a crushing blow.
Oh, he's going for it again, and very good mobility. Put a stop to that sequence, and now he knows he has a lot. Like, Stomp is only a little bit less of a threat right now. Oh, it's not going to matter, though. This is some big damage. 150 off the Stomp, 188. Big damage there in the health lead for Tigers now, who's got an amplified projectile that can come at any time, and that's a huge risk by Han Rashid, feeling the pressure. And Tigers doing that, it was only, you know, it wasn't as oppressive as we saw in the last game. Is how I want to put it.
I think it made Tigers have to kind of be a little bit more thoughtful of where those stomps are coming from. I also love the attention to detail there at the end, the wind kick, because it is a high. You know, that very specific scenario, Tigers knew down 2 crushing blow wasn't used, knew wind kick was a high. It didn't whiff, but it was actually just a regular punish, and that's how he was going to maximize the damage, had the corner positioning. So really, really specific stuff that I'm seeing there from Tigers. And I really, really like that. The little details.
Yeah,
you really got to love. Because, you know, he didn't have to do that, but I feel like he's showing us that how efficient Tigers is playing right now. Like, that's why he's in this winner's finals. He's taking as much damage as possible, even when it's not necessary. Just showing, like, I know that this works, and here it is, down to crushing blow.
Yeah. And also, what's really great about watching Tigers play in this match in particular is that we're seeing that even when, you know, game plan A doesn't work, and he does have something as a backup, and that we can see the very quick adjustments on the fly, and it's just not heavily reliant on those unblockables, right? Is that he's still just such a strong player. With any character, by the way, he could random select and be in this winner's finals. If you guys think any differently of TitaniumTigerzz, he could random select here. It just happens to be with Shiva. Welcome to the Tigers show.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he wants to play, what he wants to play, and, you know, every week you can never really depend on exactly what he's going to be picking. You get a confirm here from Tigers, going right into, you know, the punching stance there at the end. We're sucking Shiva in there, and nice hit confirm. Han Rashid goes right into the fatal blow. Now hitting raw, I believe this is one of the more damaging ones. I think he's dead. Yeah. I think this one does a lot of damage raw.
I should never have even doubted it because he's DLC. I just should have known.
Round 2, fight.
DLC fatal blows hit differently. Even if that's not true, I feel like they do.
It's just because you haven't seen it times.
I don't have any science to back that up whatsoever.
Get on it. Let's find the science to support Aquaman's theory of DLC fatal blows. Just hitting a little different. Oh, goes with the delay wake up, but I guess that was definitely his demise. Tell me.
I was about to quote It's Always Sunny, and everyone in the chat right now is saying, that doesn't sound right, but I don't have enough evidence to dispute that. or enough knowledge about it to dispute that. Either way, okay.
That's how it goes.
That looked like it was a crisp input. Because he had to input the sword on the back side of Tigers right there. to get the slash. Yeah, like I feel like that was a really good execution there. I don't know too much about Fujin in here though. Oh, he's moving. Caught him in the recovery. Oh! Han wanted to go up. What do you think he tried there? Like walk up 1-1, walk up, or is it 1-2 from Fujin? Either way, getting smoked. By the way, wake up that. Even though it looks like it's a grab, it's not. It's completely blockable. So that's what lets me know that he probably pressed the button.
Yeah, it's blockable, but it is fully invulnerable. So just like everybody else is up 3. I remember seeing that. I remember thinking like, wow, she has like a man grab wake up, but
a grab wake up.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been wild.
It would have been cool, but you know,
it would have been different.
Yeah, a little different, but you know, you kind of want to keep the same recipe for everybody. Vulnerable.
She just
to kind of.
Her foot went through the back of his ponytail on that stomp, by the way. That was ridiculously close. Whoa! Big hitter happening out for there, and good that Han Rashid, first off, doesn't have a breakaway, but it's good that you see that Tigers brought the anti-breakaway with it. That's a really smart decision. Oh, the Rockwell, it's waiting it out! Han flying for 40 years into the corner there, just to get stomped on the way to the ground. Tigers not want to take a really big risk, thinking that he was going to do one of those specials. If he would have tried to air it, he would have gotten stabbed if he did the sword. So it was good patience by Tigers. Waited out.
Yeah, he didn't want to put himself at any kind of like crazy risk because, you know, obviously he was the one sitting on a huge life lead. If the situation just kind of went to neutral, maybe he was looking for that cancel to come out of Han Rashid. He was okay. He was okay with the situation go back to neutral. He was ready to possibly check with down 1 if he did try to cancel out of there. He just didn't want to get caught by that kick, which after a long time does lead into a crushing blow for some pretty good damage. Han Rashid sticking it out here with Fujin. TitaniumTigerzz obviously locked on to here with Chiba, but the sky's the limit when it comes to his plethora of characters that he can pick. Different variations, different characters, different mindsets. I mean, he's a very, very tough opponent to get into a little box, but it looks like this week he's killing it with Shiva here. A lot of stomping, unblockables to deal with, and just overall a good mindset. Like, he knows that when he plays a player, he knows when he plays a player that can get around that game plan. He can change it up if he's got to change it up, but right now I feel like Han Rashid is just literally moving? Is he just broken? Is his will just gone? No, it doesn't look like he's moving. I'm not sure what's going on with Han Rashid. It definitely wasn't moving.
He may have he may have picked the wrong variation right there, or is just getting expect. I'm not too sure what's going on right here.
Yeah, really weird to call it here. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if that's Han Rashid. You know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. We'll have to see what the admins say on that. I mean, that's a sick conversion though. Hold on though. Wait, calm down. Calm down. This is like he's trying. Wait a minute. Is this the tick? Was he like faking it until he makes it? I don't know. Is this the tick?
Kind of a sneaky little trick, but as a competitor,
that was too good of a conversion to be given up on though. That conversion was too godlike. He's going in.
A little too godlike.
Or was a tectonic shift in mentality in this final round? Like, you know what I'm gonna do? The unexpected. Just not gonna block it all, maybe? Go crazy.
I'm gonna fake him out. I'm gonna stake him out. Back 1-1, trying to keep it as safe as possible right into the sky. Waka. Gonna pop him up. Oh, hold on a second. Another little pop up here from Han Rashid. Does some pretty good damage here. Gonna end it with those wind kicks. No ability to break away from that as that does go through, and I love the way Fujin just gets under that projectile forward 3, but unfortunately getting scooped up here and set to bleed is Fujin. TitaniumTigerzz, knowing that he doesn't want to move, he's going to be more hesitant to move. Yeah. Tried to go right for that unblockable stomp or the unblockable ground pound, knowing that Fujin doesn't want to move, he doesn't want to jump. So good call out here from
Armo, I gotta say, from that first round, right? Never thought that we would be here at a round apiece. Han Rashid, I don't know what happened, but he came alive somewhere in the middle of that, and just has been going ham ever since. Ham, egg, cheese, the entire omelet. Look at that. American resets only here in the North American League, baby.
He made him bite. He made him bite onto that bait. The nice shimmy here. The down two whipped for days. But hold on a second. This is scary stuff. He's got him in the corner. Han Rashid waved that forward on that wake-up. Trying to duck under a projectile, but unfortunately that one is a mid if you amplify it. Oh! Didn't have the bar. No, he did have the bar. I guess he just...
Oh, this is scary.
He's gonna hit. Super scary.
Oh, that's a lot of health gone.
Here.
They're gonna be close. We get the air there. Han Rashid has done it. Are you kidding me? Out of nowhere and out of, I don't even. Was it? This could be next level mental warfare. I speak from experience when I say I've only done this one time in my life, but it was after a Mercy, and so it was such a minute moment where I have purposefully let go of my pad or purposefully just walked forward for like 20 seconds. Or like at the start of a match, not press a button just to try to catch someone off guard. I don't want to say that's what he did, but it could be like super low key, super low key. It would be next level. Again, I would almost respect it. Right, well, but we just don't know. We have no idea what he was doing there.
No, I mean it is a little strange. It could be, you know, the fighting game equivalent to like icing somebody, especially in a round-based game. You know, you pretend you're not there, you pretend you threw in the towel, and then you kind of get them by surprise. As a competitor, I don't even think Tigers should have checked to see if he was not playing. I think he should have just kept pressing buttons.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
No, you're in a tournament setting. We got points and money on the line. Like, you gotta do whatever you can to get the win.
You know, Han maybe giving us a little bit of insight in the chat as to what actually happened there. And it makes sense given what he just started the round with right there, right? Which was him just being like, time to get a little crazy because he cannot find answers the conventional way at the moment. So we gotta go to the unconventional. And welcome to the madness that is fighting games.
I mean, there's definitely nothing conventional about dealing Ichiba stops. I mean, a very unique, one-of-a-kind move that you don't see, you know, in a lot of fighting games. You know, unblockable tracking stops is very tough to deal with if it's, you know, a well-tracking move. Oh, he's trying to get him to do something here. Oh, that was just insane. That was just insane. He just went for it. I mean,
Han usually prides himself on being able to hit him from 4-3 as well. But I'm watching it back right now, and he thought that it caught a backdash. If you guys watch it back on the you see that he had just backdashed at Tigers, and I'm pretty sure he thought he was going to punish. Unfortunate miss there from Han to cost him there. That puts Tigers on another match point to get himself in the grand finals, baby. Look at this corner position and a beautiful stagger to stand too that had some crazy pushback there, and he's been mixing it up with a 50-50 mix up there as well all day long. And what in the world just happened? I don't even know what's happening. And look at like Goro and MK11 setups right now.
So when you have your opponent in the corner as Shiva, one of the more obvious ways that she's going to alter it all, man, that's going to be a huge crushing blow for more than double damage. She's going to mercy him?
Oh my goodness! He wanted
to humiliation.
He spared. Yep. You know, you've got to respect that as almost as a competitor, right? You almost have to respect. Like I respect that. like at that point, I'm good.
Ooh. It's I'm done. I know I lost. I mean, he's ready to pull the plug. You know, regroup however best he can, because that is not the end of Han Rashid's tournament life.
No, it is not.
In fact, he's still got losers finals, and hopefully, if he does win in that losers finals, he's gonna have the run back against TitaniumTigerzz. So maybe he just needed to blow off some steam, cool off, cool down, and fighting your way through a Mercy, especially when you have a huge life deficit like that, it's not a fun way to deal with it, or it's not an easy way to cool off or calm down.
Yeah, after also visibly looking possibly a little unhinged by the matchup. The more that set went along, because we did slowly see a degrade of Because, I mean, it was still pretty wild in those first 2 games, but it got way more wild as that set progressed. And that he started the last match with raw, like, up flip kick to the moon. And I've never seen a Fujin do that in my entire life, ever. So that told me everything I needed to know about Han Rashid, who was going through some stuff. It looked like that set, but we'll see if he can calm down on the loser's side. He will not. He will have to reset mentally and look at a potentially completely different matchup here, as we're going to jump into the losers semifinals, I believe, coming up next. And can we take a look at the bracket? Woo! Production, calm down. Calm down. That was a little too good of timing right there. As we got Jueks and Scar in another battle of the Texans down there, Arma.
Oh yeah, Jueks and Scar. Jueks, we saw having a little bit of a rough time here on the winner side, but definitely cleaned it up here on the lower side. But we also want to give a huge shout out to, that's right, PlayStation 4. Presented this entire thing here presented by PlayStation 4. So I just want to give a quick little shout out to PlayStation 4, because PS4 tournaments are weekly competitions for all skill levels. Compete against your friends and rivals, and you guys can all earn unique rewards. You can visit PlayStation 4 Competition Center, the one destination that has Mortal Kombat content that gives you an inside look at how top players play and tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. All you guys got to do is go to compete.playstation.com, sign in with your PSN ID, and you can easily check out the list of all the PS4 tournaments. So again, get on there if you want to compete in this one. So here we go, Jueks versus Scar, ready to go here. Jueks starting off nice and strong, getting that forward throw, throwing down the goop, the DOT, and Scar changing up the variation just a little bit. Looks like we got Squiggly Hat and the far-reaching
Squiggly Hat? Is that what we're calling it here? Is that what we're calling it?
That's what I call it.
I'm down. I'm down.
Hat.
Squiggly Hat and the Ancestral Spirits. He actually brought this in the first game on the winner's side against Han Rashid, and it did not work out almost at all. So I'm really curious what we're going to see here. And it looks like the pieces are starting to work. Scar showcases almost everything about Kung Lao, and I've loved that throughout the past, I would say, year and a half, a year. And he's put this character on display. He loves kind of exploring those other wonkier options that he has. You know, Possessed Hat and Spirits right here, 2 of them put together. No Orbital Hat, no Omega, no Alpha, just good old-fashioned, you know, Kung Lao things. I love it.
Yeah, I think it gives Kung Lao, you know, a few more options from full screen. You got those cancels there that, you know, a lot of people aren't used to seeing. So you got to learn how to, you know, recognize, how to challenge, how to punish certain things. And Scar kind of taking advantage of that right here. Nice conversion, thanks to the corner. Goes for the sweep to try to fake him out, going for the ancestral, you know, the summoning of his ancestors.
Scar likes,
well, what is that?
He likes visual trickery that does Scar at times. I've noticed that an awful lot, and earlier in that first set, that's gonna be some big damage, is that he was doing that an awful lot in front of people's faces or right outside of spaces where if they like quickly reacted with a button, like it would whiff, and he did that earlier where he would like grab the spirit and push it up, but it would whiff, and he would try to get someone to whiff, thinking that they were gonna whiff punish it. It's like really cool visual trickery that Scar likes with this one that's really cool to watch. It's different. Again, different Kung Lao stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you want to mix it up. You know, you don't want to be too predictable, and you know, you kind of want to bring your own flavor to, you know, the table when, you know, you're because these guys are performing. They're performing in front of all of us, and you know, you want to stand out. You don't want to just be, you know, the Kung Lao that plays the variation that everybody plays or the way that everybody else plays. And Scar, a unique individual. Just in general, you know, he's always kind of seen himself as the loner, someone who's a little bit different, someone who keeps to himself, but is just very, you know, he's always thinking about the game, always thinking about how to, you know, bring his competition to the next level. And that's what I love seeing here. I love seeing, you know, just changing it up.
Yeah, and you know, just to piggyback off of that and make one more note on that is that he doesn't really look for an awful lot, you know, what's the best. He looks for what he wants to use and what like, you know, intrigues him in a character. Like a character like Brainiac, you know, in the previous game, and early on with Sonya. Like, it's really cool to see him do things maybe just a little bit differently than others that have an approach to a character like this. And he's always got the backup of the bread and butter, like we saw earlier too, you know, to pull the trigger if he wants to. But he hasn't needed it here. And I wonder if the Ancestral Spirits is really good against upgraded in general, you know, just as something for her to think about trying to potentially leap into. But I don't think he's even gotten to breathe here.
No, did not get a chance to breathe. I mean, just that was a steamroll of a round. But what's Jackie gonna do? Probably from full screen, gonna think about jumping. Oh, I love that little wave dash, getting a little tricky there. Just a little too far away to make that connection with the mid. Here comes the back throw. Pretty good Oki here on wake up. The slight delay hits the up blast, and somehow
what a read.
Convert. Down one trading, the down poke trading. A lot of poking from Jueks on wake up here.
That's only the second time I think I've competitively someone interrupted that string from Jackie, by the way. That is not something that not a lot of people like to attempt. Very small
so
gap
scared.
there.
You're so scared of hits from her. It's very tough to say, like, I want to master here. You just don't want to. You know what's at risk here. You know full combo damage is a really big thing here. And Scar dominated him.
That possessed hat,
I mean,
you know, on the, yeah, the Ancestral Spirits were in play right there, but that whiff punish was set up by the possessed, the amplified possessed hat on block, which is something, you know, maybe neither of us have really seen much of. And the pushback on it was really unique. It was really far away, and Scar still, I think, purposefully thought that he was going to swing, and he backdashed, and it set up a whiff punish perfectly. I wonder if that's really safe and does that every single time, or if it's lack of matchup knowledge and Juke swung maybe a little bit too late. So we'll see that develop here a little bit, but Scar is cooking right now with a 2-0 lead. This is looking rough.
Yeah, it is definitely looking rough here for Jukes. But, you know, we've seen Jukes, you know, doing some work with Jackie. In the lower bracket, we saw some really good matches here. So let's see if Jukes can kind of, you know, dive in. I mean, you know, obviously when you're looking at these two players, Scar is, you know, really accomplished, at phenomenal results in the last few games, not just in Mortal Kombat 11, but, you know, Mortal Kombat X and Injustice 2. So he is the more seasoned player, the player with more to, you know, lose in terms of, like, you know, reputation in this scenario, where I feel like Jukes is kind of like the underdog in this. Jukes is really talented, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I might be seeing Jukes just kind of, you know, not applying what he needs to in order to win.
Like out of his comfort zone.
Yeah. Some players don't get really, they get really uncomfortable and they play really good players. Like they're not going to play the same way because they think like, oh, this player's amazing, this player's godlike. There's no way these little gimmicks are going to work out. But you know, sometimes you got to try it out. Sometimes you got to keep them guessing. Got to work on that conditioning.
As a huge fan of gimmicks, I agree. Do more gimmicks, Arma. That's exactly what you said, and I'm gonna 100% agree with it here. Scar, that was something different. The unamplified version on block, and when is it your turn? Jukes getting nicked, and that was Galactic Brain, and it was Galactic Brain of Jukes. Not to press again. Scar tried the same, almost the same trick twice, in that he thought that Jukes was going to press both times. And you remember when I was like, he could have been late on the reversal? I think that he was for Scar to try to call him out, trying to do an early press this time. That was disgusting. Good stuff by Jukes, and that's going to get him back in this set.
Oh, Scar beating him back there with the up three. Very good option to stop a super aggressive opponent. And that's definitely what Jukes is right here. He doesn't want to let Scar get that momentum back. He's got to win this game right here, right now. Beautiful.
He shot the Kamehameha.
Like nothing.
Get out here. Not like this.
Did you see the stare? Oh man, did you see the stare down? Like both players are holding on the block. They both did nothing. And then right at that perfect moment, Jukes challenges him there with the mid, which is very fast. Maybe Scar was trying to hit down 3 or down 1 and just blew it up entirely. That's the Jukes that I'm used to seeing. That's the Jukes that has the potential to take it over anybody else. Like, don't give anyone the benefit of the doubt. Even if they're a really accomplished player, a player you respect, a player you look up to, you still got to give it your all. You got to give it your shot. And you want to walk away from the scenario thinking, you know, even if I lost, at least I feel like I played my best, or I actually played. At least I feel like I didn't just give up. And I think, you know, despite what the outcome is here, Jukes can say that. Jukes can say, I gave it my all. I brought what I could here. I took a game off Scar. You know, hopefully he can take another one. Hopefully he can take the whole set here. But really love seeing this from Jukes.
We're going to continue. Same loadout by Scar as well, and I kind of agree with this. You know, all that came down to was one leap finally getting through the ancestral stuff by Scar sending the full grounded blast, which I think it was maybe the first or second time he had done that the entire set, and he finally had a good read on it, and that one read changed everything so far. But again, in that same position, if Scar would have been with the Galactic up Ancestral Spirit, could have a match point. So could have been a different story, and I like that he didn't change here and still believes in the pick because the tools are still there that have been working. He needs some pressure here, the unblockable short hop. I think I've seen one block the entire pro competition so far. It's online, baby. Well, welcome to open season for short hop attacks, by the way.
Throw escape here, Jueks on point here, reacting to that down two, getting down two of his own. That really, really hurts. Scar was kind of fishing. Oh, he wanted it again. I mean,
match point.
That was definitely a panic-induced down two. That's what I saw. That's what I'm calling it as here. Just really desperate to find some easy damage here.
Wow, everything's hitting right now. That is already halfway dead for Jueks before he could even break away. He has got to be feeling the pressure right now. Tried to get some pressure. He was too far away to allow Scar to have the freedom to just jump. If he was a little bit closer on the button, maybe. But now he's one hit away. Scar on the hunt, and he's going to backdoor you to try to stay alive. He's got 1 more life to live, 63 health remaining. A lot of damage in the tank, though, and a lot of resources with Fatal Blow to back it up. And Scar once more grounded one. And in that same situation as the last round, the upper a little bit different, but he doesn't have the defensive resources. The possessed tag comes into play, and Scar takes this one. He's moving on to the top 3, Arthur.
What a heartbreaker there. I mean, it looked like Jueks was on the verge of making that comeback. I mean, that jump in connecting, you know, the back-to-back throws, which are the right call in that scenario where Scar was like, you know, I got a ton of health. Maybe I'll take the throw. Got thrown. He said, you know what? I still got a ton of health. I'll take the throw again. Got thrown again. And I thought we were seeing the makings of an incredible comeback there, but really, really heartbreaking. But Jueks, you did give it your all. You took a game off Scar. You were looking incredible here. So, you know, I think you can, yeah, top 4. You could definitely be happy about that. You're getting a boatload of points, and you're that much closer to qualifying for the $10,000 finale. So, just keep going. Yeah, just keep going. Yeah. And again, we want to give a big shout out to all the merch that you see me and Mr. Aquaman wearing. That's right. Both of these shirts are available on Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. Now, I can't reiterate this enough, guys. There's a lot more merch than just what you see here on the slide. So if you guys are looking at this and you're like, none of this is really my style, check out the link that you guys can easily access there through Twitch. We got, you know, hoodies, there's regular sweaters, there's tank tops, gray, black, green, yellow. We even have different colors, not just, different characters, not just Scorpion, Melina, and Sub-Zero. There's Raiden, Jade, and I believe and Liu Kang. Yeah, a lot of good characters here. So if you want to represent your character, not just be, you know, Melina, Scorpion, or Sub-Zero stan, there's definitely other characters there, different colors, different styles. Definitely check out all that stuff. A lot of good things, and it's easily shipped there by Amazon. So we all know how quickly and accessible that is. No problem at all. So if you guys don't have any merch, definitely get some now. Oh, and I also left out, there are, you know, if you guys are into figures, there are figures on that merch link. So all you got to do, click on it and check it out. So
that's right, Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that's going to be it for here. We're going to come back with losers finals and grand finals. We're going to take a quick break before we wrap up the NA West week number 3 here on the Pro Competition. Don't go anywhere. More Mortal Kombat to come.
Whew, all right, we are in top 3. We're coming up on losers finals for the Mortal Kombat Pro Competition North America West top 8 number 3. My name's Ultra David. With me is Darth Arma. We're going to get a rematch to begin things here for top 3 in this losers finals. It will be a rematch from winner's side earlier on. Han Rashid versus Scar.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a run back. We saw, you know, Han Rashid taking it over Scar, obviously, and that set up Han Rashid versus TitaniumTigerzz and winners. So we're going to see nothing, or more than likely nothing but run backs here if you're looking at it from a statistical standpoint. But, sometimes you just need that little bit of a confidence boost here in the lower side of the bracket, which is what Scar probably has because he's just been going through everybody down there in that lower bracket. And I'm really loving this kind of different take on Kung Lao. Love Squiggly Hat, the little mind games that come with, yeah, you love that name. I know. The mind games that come with amplifying it or not amplifying it, and just be kind of like how active it is. It really throws you off if you're already used to a certain timing from Kung Lao's regular hat, which is a lot easier to punish. And you don't really see it in that scenario where you're just kind of canceling into it, at point blank ranges. I also don't know if he picked that variation specifically to deal with Jackie's jump in as the little, the little ancestral
No,
blast to
I've
kind
seen
of
him.
anti-air.
I've seen him use the possessed hat pretty much in general. I feel like that's mostly what I've been seeing from him. Then he'll have
Yeah.
buzzed, or he'll have the ancestral, whatever it's called, something like that. I don't know, buddy. But yeah, Squiggly Hat seems like it's pretty default for him. Now, my question was whether we were going to see Han going to Fujin here, or whether we were going to see him going to Liu Kang. When they played on winner's side, ultimately the switch to Liu Kang for Han Rashid is what took it and let him win it 3-2. Before that, it was Fujin, and he jumped out to a 2-0 lead, and then Scar was making that big comeback. So I don't know. He's going to be hoping that it will go as it did in the first 2 games. Obviously, Scar is hoping that he still has this Fujin's number.
Yeah. Adapting to a player, that carries over. The little things that you figure out in the matchup, tendencies that you pick up on. All right, so it looks like he's going with, the buzzsaw. Good conversion here from Scar, maximizing that range of that normal, going right into a spin. So a lot of combo potential here. Blocks from Han Rashid.
Got him.
Just, nice and safe, very defensive, and just, textbook punish here. Swinging, using that crushing blow, getting some good damage, getting the side switch. He's just
so far it's very similar to how it was in the first 2 games. In the first 2 games, it was this kind of like in and out, really fast play by Han Rashid. Although right now, Scar got in as he did in those other 2 games that he won in. Oh boy. We got Han Rashid backing off, and you can see that when he does that, it's just kind of hard for Scar to press buttons at that range. Oh, no confirmed! But close to chip. So patient for fear of almost anything. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, Rashid. Got him! No! Oh, he gets it at no Scar!
I will not.
I just see misplays upon misplays, so many different things. I mean, maybe that fatal blow attempt, maybe he was expecting Han Rashid to break away out of there, thus keeping himself in the air a little bit longer. But that last one, that was just him not moving forward from the spin. Maybe he thought Han Rashid was going to block it, and he was going to try to trick him with like a late moving forward with the spin, or a late amplify. That catches people off guard sometimes. But that definitely wasn't the call. Han Rashid looking to take this lead, solidify this lead, and Scar down to his last legs here. Hold on a second. Gets the whiff punish thanks to that jump over to the other side. A little bit of a side switch here. Yes, once again, want to keep that corner positioning. Trying to hit him with some mids. Han Rashid coming off a lot of resources here, coming off that breaker. Those 2 defensive bars.
We got the harassment from Scar into the grab after you're just tired of your shins getting kicked. He comes in with the grab. Shin kicks again. Han Rashid would love to try to get out. He's ready. And he does have fatal, and he's going to cash out right away. So it starts just like it did last time. Winner semis with Han Rashid taking game number 1. Mostly looking good around the ranges that he was in. We did see more of Scar challenging up close, getting in, challenging up close. But the bulk of that was still Han Rashid defending, staying away, or coming in on his own terms.
Yeah, coming in on your own terms there, like putting yourself at negative, usually not a punishable state, but, negative enough for a player of high caliber to say, okay, it's my turn to poke back with a 6 or 7 frame move. And once you narrow down that timing, that reversal timing, that's when you can do really aggressive flawless blocks like you saw there from Han Rashid at the end. He, you know, did those kicks to put himself at slightly negative. He knew exactly, you know, more or less what poke Scar was going to use and how he was going to use it, which was the reversal timing. And, you know, is a very offensive, aggressive, flawless block. Even though blocking in itself is seen as a defensive move to reduce, you know, to avoid hit stun or avoid losing health in the form of damage, that is a very aggressive and offensive way to do it. That is a set timing that Han Rashid committed to like as soon as he saw Scar's blocking the animation, he said, okay, I'm gonna flawless block right here. And that's a lot of players do that in a lot of different situations.
I like these little layers that Scar's putting on the Buzzcast situation. Sometimes the low, he goes for the grab, sometimes he goes for mid, sometimes. He really has all sorts of different variations on it. Maybe a hit confirm coming here from Han Rashid.
I like the
right into pressure again, just in and out.
Yeah.
Just like that in and out right there where he kind of evades the forward one from Kung Lao, like, but he's still in range or within speedy range to get back in. That's such a dangerous spot. Han can't move backwards right now though, caught in the corner. All right.
Nice hit confirm here from Scar, connecting that and just sending Han Rashid for a huge buy. Tries to go for an empty jump. Han Rashid trying to poke back. Scar being nice and patient, waiting for the next opportunity, waiting for the next way. Oh, he just baited that out. Clear as day. I mean, even if that did hit, it wouldn't have been enough for the round. I think, you know, Han Rashid just kind of showing little signs of frustration here.
Well, he's out. Okay, back in the corner, but still not really at risk of getting hit. Getting this in, and Scar actually read it and in with the dive. That's a solution we haven't quite seen yet. That sweet spot range right there for Fujin. Such an annoying spot, even for dedicated zoners.
Definitely a pesky thing to deal with here. Oh, finishing out the entire thing, and Scar caught a little bit here by surprise.
Whew, swords out, but punish still. I don't think Scar expected that to be a punish. He would have gone for bigger damage.
It looks like Scar was kind of being a little disrespectful there, and again being disrespectful after the down one. It does hit, and so, you know, the frame advantage heavily in favor of Han Rashid, but Scar not looking to block. Maybe he thought a throw was coming. Oh, just caving in.
And in this final round, keeping it unbreakable, just spending the KB, why not? Continues to harass so well right there. In and out, and he's out right now, and this is adding up. These crossbows are adding up again, just like in the first set that they played. Those first two games were very similar to this.
Sometimes it takes a little bit of, you know, a few reminders to hit you in the face before you're like, okay, I remember how to do this. Whoa, Wiggly Hat getting right over Han Rashid there in that scenario. Just right place at the right time. Okay, Scar cashing in big. He's got to do it, you know. Not sure if he's going to get another opportunity for damage, but you want to close the gap as much as possible in the scenario when it's a final round scenario like it is specifically here. Hunts down that roll back and tries to get that throw, but Han Rashid just one step ahead, taking a duck, hitting that down two crushing blow, and solidifying the victory here. 2-0 lead pretty quickly. Let's see what Scar can do. I mean, we saw this before, David.
Yeah, we did. And last time Scar's solution was just more activity. And it's hard to say that that's the solution because this movement that Han Rashid's using is just really hard to get in on. Hard to get that space on. But once he was there, he was really able to make a count before. Look, Scar comes into this as second overall in points. He's finished second place first week, second place second week. He's been in grand finals each time so far. Han trying to deny him right here, but you know, Han did want me to shout out the tournament that Black Lives Matter is going to run, the Pyramid of Power. He's trying to get voted in as the Fujin representative, so shout him out on that if you are interested.
Hey, he's got to use all methods, you know, to get.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now we do see a change here for Scar. He's going with Omega Hat and orbiting Hat and Omega Hat, I should say. The bars are gone, and now Han Rashid can kind of have his way with things. Yeah, controlling here yet again.
Whoa, a little trade there in the air that could have gone in either player's favor had they pressed the button just a little sooner there, but no perfect little trade, nothing really happening there. Han Rashid backing up, trying to be a little bit more defensive as Scar, trying to close that gap, trying to get right next to his opponent, because that's where he's going to be most comfortable. Oh, air to air, down two. Maybe thought a breakaway was coming, trying to cash in as much as possible. Little straight.
Just staying away. Here's Han Rashid. He stabs in every now and then, and you're just not sure when that's going to come. But Scar actually did jump over the back too. He's got the punish. He's got significant damage for himself. Jumping! Ah, the hat. Yeah. Classic stuff in MK11.
Yeah, the turn-stealing hat, you know, the down one, you know, you're like, okay, it's fine, I blocked it, I can swing. Oh wait, here comes the orbiting hat, and I'm going for a full combo, thanks to me thinking I could take my turn. So yeah, it really sets up for a powerful code game from Kung Lao. Let's go for the spin there at the end. Trying to pop him up one more time. Hop into the down three. You think the overhead's coming, but no. Here comes the down three that does hit as a low. Han Rashid ignoring that entirely and just kind of focusing here. Committing to the whole string from forward to three, as he just did see that nothing else was to be, you know, had there. A lot of Han Rashid definitely loves hitting that single hit forward.
Yeah, it's definitely doable. He does it all the time. But right now it's Scar who's got in there instead, and he's going to take the game. We have the same pattern so far. This is so wild. So rare to see that in a run back, that you see the exact same win-loss pattern as you saw the previous time. 2-0 for Han Rashid, then Scar takes one game. Last time he took 2 games in a row. Last time Han Rashid was the one who took the final game. Could be the same, and just based on how this has gone so far.
And that was Han Rashid switching characters on the last game. Is that right?
That was, yeah. He went to Liu Kang on the last game.
So he has an opportunity here. He can switch one game earlier, thus giving him 2 opportunities to solidify this victory. But no, it looks like he's staying with Fujin. Maybe he learned something in the matchup. Maybe he's a little bit more confident here this time around. Or maybe he's going to try to do the same thing. Maybe he's getting a little OCD and he's like, if I switch away now, I'm gonna lose, because last time I switched away at game 5 and I won. So I gotta do it again. I mean, come on, deja vu. Same thing over and over again. I'm just kidding. So many different factors. Scar, completely different player here. You know, going through a loser's bracket can change any man. I don't care who you are. You go through a loser's bracket, you're gonna come out a different person on the other side. There's a Shark Tank in there. Oh boy! Down.
Scar's definitely making some choices that are different. Yeah, that is a little bit different than we saw before. He's got a different variation than we saw before too. We did not see him with Omega and orbiting hat before. Backing off to back 2 range yet again is Han Rashid, harassing there. The Mike Watson anti-air again. He's been so consistent with that. So Cowboys looking good. Got him, really? The toe on the slide was good enough to get through the hat. Amazing. That said, Scar is still pressure here. Stone-faced Scar doing nothing. Got him anyway. Of course, breakaway immediately, but Han Rashid, can he make it happen? He did on the slide. He hit. Whether it hit confirmed or whether he just tried it, Han Rashid is gonna go to match point.
You can see the confidence there in Scar, just in the fact that he wasn't doing anything. He, you know, kind of telling Han Rashid, I don't have to do anything. So Han Rashid said, he's not going to flinch. Let me try to get him to, you know, not watch his toes just for 1 second. And it was the right call, but Scar really angry about that. Gets a full combo and then sets up the forward throw. Half of his life gone, more than half of his life gone now. 2 combos in 1 throw. I mean, look at the damage just adding up, tacking up, and that was a flawless round here from Scar. After that incredible comeback from Han Rashid. So fast, so explosive here.
Scar's still making it work. Yeah, these individual hits are gonna add up. Got the corner on, trying to find these chances to get out. The armor broken. He's just stuck here as Scar continues to harass in the corner. No more bar.
Oh, I love the upshot to make it mid.
In and out. Wow, the range coming out of there from Scar.
And a tricky little scoop at the end of that string. Catching a lot of people by surprise. Yeah, there's, you know, a lot of people are usually just waiting for that so they can.
Oh, huge stand! So rare that you see Scar miss on that. That he tries that he misses on that. Very rare. But he's close to getting his fatal blow. He's got it now. And so immediately see Han doing less. Oh,
especially when it comes to projectiles.
The chase! Can he get it? Is it gonna be enough to eliminate Scar? Yes! Han Rashid takes it over Scar, just as he did on winner's side. Double jeopardy, both sending his opponent to losers and also eliminating him here. Han Rashid getting into grand finals.
Great performance here by Han Rashid. I mean, the pickup, the conversion there at the end. I feel like, honestly, Fujin is one of the tougher characters to master in terms of execution. And, you know, you throw that in with the factor of, you know, tournament life on the line, a lot of pro competition points on the line, and doing it to a player at the high caliber that is Scar. I mean, so many factors fighting against you, and Han Rashid able to keep his cool, able to execute it no problem at all. So Han Rashid going in with a run back that we saw earlier in winners finals. Now we're going to be seeing a repeat here in grand finals. TitaniumTigerzz seems unstoppable or unstompable. As we see lots of Shiva, unblockable, stomps coming in from everywhere, the ground pounds. And Tiger's just so good at, you know, recognizing when to go crazy with those stomps and, you know, when to bait out my opponent looking for those stomps. I don't know, man. That performance in winners finals, definitely one-sided. And, you know, you could feel the frustration coming off of Han Rashid. Whether that was at the end of, or the beginning of game number 3, where it looked like Tigerzz was going to 3-0 him, or at the end where he quit right as soon as the Mercy happened. But let's give a big shout out to Astro Gaming, guys. Of course, everything that you do see here in terms of audio production wise is provided by Astro Gaming, which is the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition. All caster audio powered by Astro for the entirety of the season. Please visit astrogaming.com to find out more information on their officially licensed PlayStation audio products, which are available now. I mean, check out all the awesome gear that they have, especially if you're trying to upgrade your setup. You want something a little bit more comfortable, something that you could throw on all day for your work Zoom calls. I mean, Astro's got you covered. These things are awesome. We've been wearing these for hours, and my ears don't hurt at all. All right, so Han Rashid, maybe Cassie? I don't know.
I don't believe it. No. Really?
Yeah.
He's doing the Rambo? Wow. Okay, this is going to be very interesting as we're going into grand finals for this week's North America MKPK. Of course, we got on winner's side TitaniumTigerzz. He's coming in here having basically blown it up so far. Nobody's been able to stop the Shiva. Han Rashid was one of them who couldn't stop the Shiva. He tried Fujin and didn't work out. This time it's going to be starting off with Rambo. How about that in the top 8? Not just in the top 8, but in grand finals.
I didn't think I'd see Rambo in grand finals anytime soon. I mean, a lot of people have, you know, their issues with this character. They feel like he's missing a lot of things. But hey, maybe Han Rashid thinks that he can surprise Shiva here. Maybe wants a little bit more in full screen to deal with, you know, Shiva from jumping around all over the place.
Yeah, I'm curious about maybe roll maybe to try to escape. I'm curious to see how he'll deal with. Oh, she just hops right over. Oh no! Another chance on the jumping. Oh my god!
He was still able to go in for the punish, but I feel like he confirmed that because the jump and miss, and he said like, you know, oh, it's not gonna punish. Let me stop swinging. She just dang.
And while that will duck under highs, but the amplifier that is a mid, and that did not work. Han Rashid starts at max range. But that mix-up begins, whether she's point blank or whether she's full screen, she gets to start the mix-up. He's got the crawl even. The command grab on the crawl. Oh, very interesting.
Now we're getting some good damage here. Gonna pop her up. Oh, but he drops the last little part of TitaniumTigerzz. Ready to fight back with offense of his own, getting a nice clean punish and applying that bleed damage the more he moves. For those few seconds after the animation, the more damage he's going to be taking. Yeah, at that point,
you know, wake up.
Want to ignore it.
That was wild. Needs the corner.
A lot of air.
Han Rashid's got the corner. It's close to death here. But you know the Tigers could get those mix-ups started. Okay.
Don't make me finish this.
We've seen TitaniumTigerzz run the table in terms of mix-ups, so why not again? Okay.
You see that spacing? Perfect spacing here from. Whoa, hold on a second. Here comes the commando crawl. Tries to hit it again, but this time TitaniumTigerzz taken to the air, saying, "I'm not dealing with that." A lot of jump back punches from both these players. Air-to-air exchanges. TitaniumTigerzz, I don't think he's missed the stomp yet. I think if he hits the next one, he could lead for a big stretch of flow. Gonna amplify to make sure he bleeds, a little bit more damage. And I guess he thought TitaniumTigerzz was gonna go arc to the right because he was in the corner. So. But TitaniumTigerzz, he just said, "I know you're thinking that, did it!" This time, TitaniumTigerzz, again, if you don't move and Shiva alters her stomp, it's going to fit. So, oh, wait, it's not enough? It's not enough?
It's not enough!
Staying back. He wants
Did he get out of the way? He did! Han Rashid, Rambo, a sentence I never thought I'd say, takes game number 1. With the crawl, and he didn't even go for the KB after crawling for that far. Come on, man! This is a character I played a bunch when he came out. In fact, I played with, well, as everybody would expect, with the leopard crawl so that I could get access to the command grab. We saw part of the tech in it. There's a bunch of the wake up 3s that characters can do that he'll just crawl right under. He crawled right under Shiva's wake up 3, for example. So there is some utility there. It can tick off of everything. You can also, as the defender, press buttons between that and any button and the crawl, except for just a couple. Only a couple actually type block strings. So as far as mix-ups go, like it's there, but you are taking a risk each time for sure.
Rambo.
Yeah, it's not one of those tick throw or tick setups where you can kind of, or it's a little, you're gonna catch someone sleeping. Like, especially because the animation of the crawl is so dynamic and so identifiable that you kind of like, okay, he's trying this. Obviously, there's some mind games beyond that where he can just not go for it and catch you jumping.
Yeah.
But I definitely see a little bit of lack there in terms of like high level strategy. Looks like Tiger's arced to the left. This time he wasn't moving, so it actually made him whip. Gonna apply a lot of bleed damage here. Tries to dash to the right. Tigers does guess correctly here.
Not that time. Maybe looking for the low block there. There's of course the little low that TitaniumTigerzz has access to too. Waltzing in. Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say he's punishable for quite a while. Tigers was there ready for it. Oh! Still barely alive. Yo, actually moved himself into it. That was the same mix-up that you had identified before, right? In the last game, where we thought Tigers might have done the drop outside of the corner. This time he did.
Yeah. Oh, big armor break. Is he gonna use it? Yes, he is. Gonna fulfill that crushing blow requirement through the armor break ability of that move. And this time not moving at all is Han Rashid, but Tigers kind of, you're pretty much guessing, like, is he gonna move out of the corner or is he gonna stay there? So depending on that, or depending on what you think those options that he's gonna go for, that's when you can kind of play against it. I'm actually surprised that didn't tick there. I mean, because the animation is so slow. Kick to the face thanks to the interactable.
It's okay. Han not looking for it right there. Trying to neutral duck as well, and then hoping that it was going to be regular stomp. But it wasn't. It was the baby, and it's game going to Tigers. Much more stomp heavy in that game. And it was effective.
Yeah. Definitely effective. I mean, even just out the gate, trying to implement the, the mindset, the mind games there of, which way am I going to arc? And I feel like Rambo, obviously not as mobile as a character like Fujin, where Fujin's got a great wave dash, a lot of mobility in the air, can move left to right pretty quickly. Where I feel like Rambo, not really the same type. I mean, he's got some special moves that do move him. He's got that roll if you want to equip it, that kind of puts you invulnerable for a little bit. But Han Rashid, I feel like when you go from a character like Fujin to Rambo, you're going to feel a little sluggish. And that's why TitaniumTigerzz found, a lot of success there with those stomps, blockable stomps, not feeling as fluid there we saw in the movie as Rambo.
I like this choice. I think this is right. It's, as you were saying, Rambo, I'd love to talk with Han and just ask, like, why Rambo? But also, Fujin is the character that he's been playing the most of, and Fujin's got a lot of mobility, which is one of the key tools to fighting against the Shiva Stomp. It seems like the right call to me. This is the character that brought him most of the way as well. And the thing about her moving to the other side of the screen like that and almost cornering herself is that she's still just as capable of stomping from there as she is from anywhere else. Right? It's almost like Scorpion, where him cornering himself is like, I don't know, is he really cornering himself?
Yeah, you're one teleport away or one stomp away from going back to the scenario where you want it. A bit of a drop here from Han Rashid, but didn't put himself in any real immediate danger here. Getting hit with that unblockable ground pound from Shiva. Does hit good block of the overhead. Han Rashid applying some offense of his own. A little tricky there. Could have got flawless block it. Good damage. However, Shiva's up to does win on a lot of things. So maybe not too dangerous in this scenario.
Not expecting there, Tiger. Okay, the hit comes. Han can take it. No! But also tough for Shiva. Hey, punch block solves it. There's the solution. Yeah, exactly. But she does not have those fast moves to be able to punish what other characters can. Maybe she can there anyway, but it's maybe a little bit more awkward. In any case, sometimes you got to do down one fatal blow.
Round 2, fight.
Yeah, I could definitely see how it's a little bit more awkward and some of those buttons. Good call out by Han Rashid, committing to the punish just in case he did guess right on that movement, whether it's going to move right or to the left, or just stay right where he's at. Confirmed from TitaniumTigerzz again, and just tack on as much damage as possible, make him bleed for every step he takes in a short amount of time. Here comes Han Rashid with the air-to-air, very tough to challenge Fujin when you're taking to the air if you're not coming behind that unblockable stomp. And speaking of, here comes the stomp. Once again, Han Rashid trying to utilize those invincibility frames from the startup of that interaction. He didn't
correct to me, but he's still in that bad spot, and so hard to avoid this follow-up here. Oh, okay! Fujin actually... No!
Still bleeding.
Wild. He was.
Still bleeding. So you, at the end of that amplified move from Shiva, you're bleeding for every little bit that you actually move. But it's just movement. It's movement with your joystick, or movement with your D-pad for left or right, but that doesn't count for movement that we saw there from Han Rashid going down up into the Skywalker. Even though he was moving a lot in the air, it doesn't count as physically moving, thus he didn't bleed. However, he thought the effect wore off by the time he got back onto the ground. That was actually a really smart play from Tigers to react to getting hit by that and avoiding the crushing blow scenario, because that crushing blow scenario would have taken everything off the board, all the active effects, and that bleeding damage is an active effect from Shiva. It would have been removed right there on the spot had that crushing blow animation come into effect, just as it would have if a fatal blow connects. Like we saw that earlier in today's broadcast when Honeybee used the fatal blow to get around the goop from Jackie, or the dot damage that Jackie applies. So same exact thing. You get around those effects, and that was just TitaniumTigerzz playing super solid and reacting. Oh,
I don't like this
wanna
right
get
now.
crushed
This is Han Rashid not knowing what to do, and telegraphing it. Maybe you don't know what to do when you go into Fujinen again anyway, or into Liu Kang anyway, right? Maybe you don't know what to do. But after having traveled around the character select screen like that, coast to coast, NA East to NA West, it's clear for everybody to see. He's like not sure what to do at this point.
Yeah, you don't want to give your opponent that extra bit of comfort. Like, this guy is literally
he's
spoiling himself. This guy is terrified of the Shiva Stomp, so he doesn't know what to do.
Okay, well,
this time Han Rashid,
here's Han.
Yeah, he knew that the breakaway was coming.
Will he stay put? No, and you can see if you look at his life bar, yeah, you can see it going down a little bit. But he does find a hit. Tigerzz has already spent that defensive bar, so I'm getting whatever you want.
Getting over 30% here in the corner. Pretty good damage.
He's gonna quite that right now. Okay! Gets the whip punish. Yeah, he's got some different stuff going on right here. We're seeing way more overheads, for example. He is not playing the same kind of cautious in and out sort of stuff. Oh, he actually quit it on the second hit of this thing. But instead, he's intent on playing this up close style. He does not want to let her even get up into the sky.
Doesn't want to, give Shiva any kind of breathing room. Good anti-air there with the stand 4. Not the easiest thing to do, especially, changing that tornado at the right time, moving it forward just in that little sweet spot, trying to push Shiva back. Oh, this time tried to go for it, but Shiva able to block just in time. That is a crushing blow thanks to the wrong way blocked here from Han Rashid. He drops it down too. Maybe anticipating a breakaway, so the timing was off. Not really sure. Very drop.
Hey, takes it. That's okay. I think if you're Han Rashid, you're not too concerned about this. There still needs to be a few mix-ups here for Tigerzz to be able to pick them out. He can do it. Don't count him out. But it's not over yet. Mix up the first. He was looking for one on the side. Mix up the second. It's a grab. Is that enough?
No.
It's close. Not enough. Oh, forward roll, different story, but he just guessed wrong.
Yeah,
Tigerzz is on match point. He's on tournament point.
It could have also been a wake up 3, but I feel like these really high level players, they play to a meta where that's not even an option sometimes. You almost never expect that. But it's a really good way to stop an aggressive player. Oh, just continuing this onslaught of throws. Forward throw to keep Han Rashid in the corner. Unblockable ground pound. Gonna be popping up for, again, a few more plus frames. So just gotta be able to apply more pressure on that wake up.
Han is really trying to step it up right now with no punish. Tigerzz is here. He's out. He's not quite there on the whip punish though. No risk taken. Interesting stuff from Tigerzz. He needs one more mix-up. He's so close now. Got him! Amplified fireball. No, again did Han leave. Last time he did. He's still in here. Oh, he's gonna. Let's call it a night. Oh, or not.
I mean, wait, is he giving up? I don't know. I mean,
no, it doesn't look like he's giving up now. I thought he was, but he looks like he's playing the video game right now to me. And he can do it just like in the last round. It could be Han making a comeback this round.
Back with no damage unless you amplify it. That little part did, just 6%. Whoa, I don't know if that was a missed input up 3.
You better not do it, Han. You better not do it. You better not. No! What are you doing?
You gotta take those.
Take the gift. Take the gift.
Yeah, he wants to make a statement. Han Rashid wants to make a statement, and unfortunately, that is not panning out well for him at all. TitaniumTigerzz, and of course, adding a little bit of insult to injury after 2 extremely hype mercies right into the friendship after a little bit of bagging. TitaniumTigerzz is this week's champion for NA West, getting through everybody here. never leaving the winner's bracket, never dropping a set. TitaniumTigerzz on a tear with Shiva right here. Man.
Yeah, let's see, he went 3-0 over Jueks. He went 3-1 over Han in winners finals, and then he went 3-1 over Han again in grand finals. Yeah, we're taking a look at the bracket for you right here. This is a little recap. Winner was TitaniumTigerzz. Last week he lost to himself. This time he doesn't lose to anybody. Nobody's sent him out of a tournament 2 times in a row other than himself. Got Han Rashid at second place, and I'm proud of Han Rashid. I think that's super cool. Again, one of the best players in Southern California for a long time. Very cool to see that he ends up doing it in this way. I really think he's somebody to watch as this season goes on because he is a really strong player. And now that everything is online, he's just going to be, whether he travels or not, or can travel or not, doesn't matter. He will be home just like we all are. He's going to be able to play each time.
Yeah, definitely going to be able to play, and that's what the beauty of this right here is that a new player, a really strong player can literally come out of anywhere, no travel necessary. So again, if you guys are competitive Mortal Kombat 11 players and you're watching this for the first time, or you finally want to get into, oh, there we go, special guest Cat from David. If you guys want to get into competing at a really high level, definitely big shout outs to PS4 Tournaments, which is what this is. The Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition is presented by PlayStation 4 Tournaments. So check out the PS4 Tournament Open Series. The PS4 tournaments are weekly competitions of all skill levels. Compete against your friends for unique rewards. Also compete against your rivals. It's really, really fun. Everyone gets something out of it. You guys can also visit PlayStation 4 Competition Center, the one destination that has Mortal Kombat content that gives an inside look at how top players play and tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. All you got to do is go to compete.playstation.com, sign in with your PSN ID, and see all the tournaments that you can enter, whether that's Mortal Kombat 11 or the games outside of Mortal Kombat 11. A lot of content there, whether you're a fan of, just Mortal Kombat 11 or fighting games or, other competitive games, other genres. A lot of good stuff there. I love seeing new people come into the community, and I love seeing cats anytime I commentate because I'm a big, big fan of cats. So,
You got
David,
it.
any
Hey.
close?
Yeah, I just want to say again, so congrats to TitaniumTigerzz for taking the West. Second place was Han, third was Scar, then Jueks, fifth were Legion and KingGambler. All right, you can jump. Seventh places were Too Easy and Legion, and then in the East, Honeybee took that. Congrats to B for getting first place there. He's had a lot of success so far in these 3 weeks. Second place was Kerbolicious, which was awesome. Third place, Hijinks. Really happy to see that as well. Fourth was K7 Showoff. Fifth places were Gur and Biohazard, and seventh places were Aztec and Pulse. Great day of Mortal Kombat, that's for sure.
All right, so I think that's going to be it for us, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show, and make sure you mark your calendars for it next time. And if you guys are in any of the regions that have competitive Mortal Pro competition events, definitely check it out, sign up, and just have fun competing and being a part of this community. And again, last reminder, let's all be decent human beings. When someone's new, let's convince them to join our community. Let's not be bad guys. Let's all have fun and just embrace any interest of being part of the crazy world that we know and love as the FGC. So that's it for me, guys. I hope everyone has a great night, and I hope you catch us next time.